bracket run as well. So great opportunity for some of these teams to get a LAN appearance, right? Especially Katowice. I mean, it's probably relatively easy travel for a lot of these teams, to be fair, especially if 9Z are currently playing from EU, which I think they are. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to seeing who makes it, to be honest, and I really think Nemiga on their day can be one of those teams. We're going to find out if it's their day this time. It wasn't their day earlier, but it could be their evening.
Yeah, some people just aren't morning people.
Same, to be honest. Sometimes I'm forced to be.
They've gone heavy on the dual Berettas with the Kevlar, getting them dropped over. This is an interesting setup. Seen some similar approaches in our previous game, but I don't think it was ever quite so heavy with the basically raid bosses being put in. Decent start from Risky, able to pick off that initial player on Banana, and they stick around to continue taking these fights. And well, so far they haven't faltered at all. Barely even any damage being taken, as Uppy is left alone down in that underpass, wondering where the hell all his teammates have just disappeared to. They didn't even get a chance to put in any sort of a plan in this pistol. Barely made it out of the T ramp. On the time, and he gets caught. Riddled in the back.
That's an impressive start, and kind of the aggression that I've come to expect from seeing from this Nemiga team. Of course, I have played this year. It was 4 or 5 months ago at this point, so it's not really relevant anymore, especially considering the fact that Alliance were playing with Robin, and Nemiga still have Flamus at that point. So yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if, even despite that, nothing much changes on the results side. We'll see. Alliance put up in a good performance against 9Z earlier, but of course that could maybe be considered somewhat of a warm-up map for 9Z, just getting into the qualifier. Of course, after Alliance had played so much yesterday, and clearly once they got on toward Dust 2, they had warmed up into it very clearly. So yeah, it's all about getting a control and a handle hold in the game if you're Alliance.
Alliance did play well, I've got to say, on that Inferno game, but 9Z were playing a very passive style that let them on the T side take control and take challenges early. Sure, they were using the utility down Banana, but they never really pushed and followed up. On the other hand, you can see straight away already in the second round, Nemiga, they're an entirely different beast in terms of the aggression that they're willing to put in. And that can be pretty difficult to deal with, especially in these early rounds, rather, when you don't really have anything to do, anything to put a stop to it, rather. Right now, a single deagle and a flash, already 2 players down. They've lost full Banana control. They have a player peeking around the apartments here on the CT side as well. That's forced them to kind of give up this control also. So there's really just nothing going for Alliance right now, as expected, though, with the investment that they have. Will this level of aggression be kept up going into the first gun round is the question, or is it Nemiga just potentially trying to condition Alliance to expect it moving forward? They'll use it perhaps a little bit more selectively.
Yeah, maybe even using this round as a bit of a chance to have a conversation about the first gun. Do next. Twist did have an all-important flashback. It was used, not to great effect, of course, and they all get dropped considerably comfortably. So, AKs now order of the day. Plus, probably on a Galil, he's got 3750. Get more utility. This is the assignment we want to see from Alliance, is to win this round. I think this is the round they actually did win against 9Z on Inferno earlier today. Made sure the first gun round went their way against the MP9s.
Then it ended up 3-1, yeah.
So, if they can deliver it once again. Obviously, Nemiga won't have had any time to prep on maybe how Alliance like to play, or what they like to choose to do on a first gun round, as of course they were playing earlier. Probably more prepped for 3D Max more than anything.
You do not see this heavy apartment stack from the CT side often anymore.
I like it, especially with the SMGs. I think this could be catching Alliance off guard somewhat, and there you go, Sway will move Avid, who really did struggle a little bit, sadly, earlier on. A bit of a better Dust too. Unfortunately, it was a bit in vain, obviously, doing the scoreline. That's a great start, Nemiga.
Oh, they were looking to try and get the boost up on quad. Decided against it when they heard, I believe, a nade clicking. So expecting the execute onto the bomb site, wanting to play perhaps a little bit more passively. Some damage sustained, the molly put down though, and well, there's not all that much time. So Alliance do need to get a move on relatively soon. They're basically committed to bringing this towards A at this point, and you can see already rotations beginning to move over. But for the moment, it is only 2 in on the bomb site. 1 on the site itself, 1 in towards the pit. It's a decent setup, but do they have what they need here to slow this down and just deny that bomb from being planted? You can see 1 from the pit at least. Will it be enough is the question. What can he get done up on the bomb site? Absolutely nothing. It's a 2-on-3 and the bomb, it is going to be planted.
Yeah, safely as well. The MP9 of Lear could have denied it if it was planted default. Very nicely done from Alliance. They knew that Khan was still an issue as well, of course, around the site. Nearly hadn't cleared it out properly, and as soon as Lear pokes his head around the corner, they'll get met with a bullet. The reason they're still interested in this is because they know how much damage they've done, and incredibly, Pleasant actually pushes into Lear there. Xander has a chance for it to give this diffuse kit. How does he isolate both duels, though? Oh, he finds one, and now Twist, 23 HP. Dualies are out, but he thinks at the right time. Time would have been very close as well to maybe go back toward the bomb. It would have been a bit of a trample to get there, but Twist in the end did enough anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, they were able to make that incredibly costly for Alliance there in the end, but the main thing is on that D side, they get the round win. They do have some Mach 10s in play, a Galil as well. It was basically the bonus round from Nemiga, even though they can't afford to get the full M4s. You do see a FAMAS and an MP9 sprinkled in there, or 2 MP9s even. The mid-smoke to feign the aggression and keep that in the mind of Alliance, have them playing maybe a little bit cautiously here in the early moments. Oh, very wild from Lear and Xanther, taking a ton of damage just to get this banana control. Likely worthwhile, but they decide to just give it up and leave 1 MP9 spotting it alone from the car, I believe, jump peeking. That's allowing them to stack up towards A, but preferably they would have wanted an M4 over on this side of the map.
Left in the round, and a little bit of a check there to clear out apartments for Nemiga. That's some good knowledge that that's mostly clear for now. And look at this, doubling up on balcony. Now they know they have obviously 4 on A. They can do something a little bit cheekier with it. This is Bob peeking toward long, looking for maybe 2, could even get 3. Oh, it makes it look so easy. Just jiggling, pre-firing, and Alliance's plan is cancelled instantly.
Living up to his name as well. That was a very risky peak because, I mean, there was like 45 seconds left. If he goes down on long, his 2 teammates are likely to get wrapped on and they're screwed on A unless they pull off an incredible hold. So, yeah, just very well done. Obviously, with the stack, they are deciding to maybe push forward and see if they can hunt down these couple of weapons that are still in the hands of Alliance. And while at most a single AK is going to be saved forward, that is not ideal. Bit of a bad omen that they're having a very similar start here to the game that they had against 9Z earlier. Counter-terrorists win. Bowden's left with 1,500, gets 2,400 out of this one, so he'll only be just about buying with his teammates in the next round, and even then the rest of them can't really afford to spend anything now. So it's basically a full eco bar, a flash and a P250 alongside that saved AK. Meaning Nemiga really shouldn't struggle too much. If they can keep 4 or 5 players alive in this round, they can solidify their economy and they can really have a chance to start building up this lead on the CT side.
Yep.
Again, willing to take crazy risks on this CT side. I mean, they knew they were up against pistols. It could have been a quick play. They decided to challenge down mid and down banana, basically, and boosts above smokes, peaks again over towards banana and such. One player pushed relatively aggressively, but not exactly being quiet about it. Yeah, holding a pretty forward angle rather than just looking in.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bowden now tied down to 49. I was hoping they'd maybe find a way to get him into the round somehow. And they actually will get an opening on toward Khan. Now they're swarming the A bomb site. Zway is under quite a bit of pressure here. He might have a second player in position, but he's been getting tagged straight up. Actually does well to find one in the end, and Risky Bob in pit has got glocked by Twist. What on earth? Now, 2v4 retakes incredibly difficult on Inferno. Goes without saying. Again, damage is significant, and they are kind of stuck on the sites with two players. One in the apps and one in the pit, of course. Headshot angle with the low HP shouldn't be as much of an issue, and these crossfires should be impenetrable. But Xanta's already got himself all the way through. He's going to go for a tap on the bomb. They've isolated Twist. It's now all down to Xanta, though, and Boatmaster is going to find it. The AK needed to do the work. He switches to the M4. You know what? One man who had the weapon in the round gets 4 kills.
Well, that was crazy. And one way to make it happen, as I said, a lot of risky peaks. They had taken tons of damage. I mean, not one player, but across the board, they had pretty much all been slightly weakened up within those initial few seconds, just from being willing to take peeks and getting spammed up. And it didn't seem like it was going to cost them initially, but yeah, a couple of kills swing their way, weapons get retrieved, and the locks start popping off as well. Long range, moving in from long, I believe that headshot was onto the player in the pit. Suddenly, Alliance are working with a second round. Nemiga's economy is absolutely shattered. Even with the rifles that they get, they have very little utility to back it up. There's no kit in play either. I'm expecting them to try something absolutely wild right now. They got slightly better utility than I was expecting, actually. A little bit more was picked up in the end. Must have been on the ground. Still, though, it's not amazing. Did initially put the 3 towards B just to get the deep nades, I believe, but they've quickly shifted that into the A stack. Also, slick movement.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. Maybe back in the day. Now I feel like a bot moving around. My aim's not so bad, but that's because I still play other games. I just don't play as much CS. The movement is the first thing to go, I think.
Yeah, and of course CS2 movement is a little bit janky sometimes. It can feel it, can't it? So.
See, I can't tell because I haven't played enough, so I presume it's just because I'm terrible now, you know?
Fair enough. It's interesting, actually, this setup. Alliance, at the moment, are somewhat perfectly avoiding it and actually have advantageous angles. They know there's going to be 2 players boosted up, but they finally figure it out somehow. Nemiga do well to deal with the actual mid push and the 1 player from app. So it's recovered into a 2 versus 2. Bodenmaster set up with the AWP though, and Khan is trying desperately to fake him out. MP9 in play, they're jiggling, they're jump spotting, they're going to go for a swing. I don't understand how that's a miss, actually. Right between the 2 of them, perhaps. It's all down to Avid. 1 versus 2. Finds the first, looking for the second, and he adjusts for the headshot through the corner of default. Nicely done from Avid. That's some impact I wanted to see from him. Alliance have broken Amiga's money.
It really is worst case scenario for them here on the CT side now. Forced onto the full eco. They've got a Zeus, I believe, just on his way. Probably up in the apartments, I'd imagine, is where we're going to see that used, maybe on Banana, but it does look like it's over towards A. Other than that, though, they've got 0 investment. I believe he bought a scout through the decoy and sold the scout, right? Am I wrong? That's what happened, I'm pretty sure.
I'll be honest with you.
Play, I suppose.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't see, so I can only apologise.
Yeah, so I saw him with a scout for a split second. Now there's a decoy making scout sounds at top mid, and he had sold the scout, so obviously that was the plan. See if they could maybe bait them up towards the scout and have the pistols just pop off. Didn't quite work out, though. Xanta. Decent timing in terms of actually making his way through the apartments. If he even had a P250 right now, I'd say his chances were decent of maybe catching 1 player and stealing a weapon. But yeah, with only a P2000 and the fact that he's going long all the way around towards the spawn, I don't know if he's going to get a chance to really do anything before the push comes through on B. I was going to say if that player stuck around that ramp for much longer, then he probably would have had a chance. But no, they've moved up Banana now. The bomb site itself is completely open for the taking, and at this point the pistols really shouldn't be able to do anything. Hold out and see if they can maybe get a couple of exits together.
Alliance have got the handle hold in the game, like I said, that they deserved with Avid getting that clutch. Let's see if they can build on it. They're going to have a lead, 4-3. Nemiga, they've been pretty proactive, haven't they, on this CT side, right? They've had plenty of ideas. They've had the movement from Zwei to get up toward the short balcony, and a second player boosted up next to him. They've had an apartment set up on the technically first gun round, and had a few other interesting crossfires that are fun to watch. It should be very interesting to see. They can maybe show some new things as well, which we haven't seen yet. There's quite a lot in the Nemiga playbook. On other maps, Inferno maybe? They're ones they do like to play, but not as much as the likes of Anubis and Ancient, for example. Alliance do have a good pick here. See if they can take advantage of it.
Interesting that the Oz comes in, of course. Really wanting to play this for the long run, ensure that they can take this gun round now and keep up the pace. Okay, again on the CT side either, and the nades could be slightly better, but it's not a terrible buy. But Nemiga really do need to come back to life now, otherwise they're going to be finding themselves in a position where they can't really achieve the CT side that they would want. Again, heavy towards A in the early moments. 4 players looking to actually challenge. Okay, pushing straight towards second mid. There's a player here to find. Managed to tuck himself in. And with a player over in the apartments as well, I was gonna say that they should be able to just hold out and ensure this push goes nowhere further. But, well, taking the fights, it's going to be Uppy who gets punished. Done some damage, but the trade just wasn't ready. And now they might be forced to just go ahead and commit this towards B. Oh, there's the trouble.
Oh no. She does well to get away, and of course they still have a 5 versus 4, just they're so damaged up. Again, a really nice idea from Nemiga. I said they've probably got more to their playbook on other maps, and Inferno, they've kind of feel like they've tried so many different things thus far, and it's only round 8, which is pretty crazy. Second mid push was wild, and now they've got more work to do, and I feel like they're getting a very, very good job done here. Well played. Rescue Bob will get the last. Nice clean up. They had swarmed the site pretty much, and as soon as that CT smoke faded, it was, well, actually, to be fair, it was over before that, but well dealt with. Alliance eaten up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an incredibly repeatable strategy, though. Likely would be punished if they went for it again, so let's see what the plan is this time around for Nemiga. A couple of nades just down mid early on, and, well, Alliance right now are focused on, I believe, just getting this banana control. Decent nade themselves, they should do some damage. It was Pleasant who unfortunately took the brunt of it for the T side there as they took that banana control, but they have achieved it. The very least we can tell that that's the case. They are yet to push up towards the half wall. Nemiga have fallen back to play a relatively passive hold on the bomb site itself, although as I say that I realise I believe that's Khan, who's quite an aggressive angle out in the open. Does fall back as soon as that flash pops, and well, we're still a minute and 10 seconds remaining. You can see already they're being challenged on mid. They've lost the full banana control, and frankly the utility is slowly running down on that CT side as well. I think the Nemiga are going to be antsy to try and achieve a little bit more, and you can see that they're actually going to retake banana control.
And we are moving toward that now, but it might take a while to get through this. 40 seconds left in the round, and there are still 2 players top banana looking to hold it. And guess what? It's Khan and Xanta. Might make them in towards Xanta, but shots are being missed, not just by the rifle, but by the AWP as well. And now it's problems. Flashes are in play, and they'll duck underneath Khan's crosshair. Really well played. No smoke for the cross, but there's going to be no risk because they've got the job done on the B players. Avid will plant. 5-4 Alliance. I guess I feel like they were probably quite worried at some point there, actually. Alliance, right? Going in toward B with no CT smoke, but I guess once they got 2 kills. all said and done. Funny how things turn out, isn't it? If Nemiga positioned themselves differently, knowing they went up against the CT smoke, it could have been very difficult for Alliance to get in, but little did they know.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, swinging back again just after losing out the one round. With the saved weapons, at least they can just about drop rifles, but that's going to limit their own utility, and they lose this round, and Alliance are on track for likely the A4 half even on this T side, so that's not something the Nemiga can afford to allow to happen. Surprised we haven't seen a pause from them, to be honest. Would have been a decent time to make it happen. You ain't seen much of the off here on the CT side either. Khan hasn't really had the chance, and so far with the rifle hasn't really gotten himself going. Early challenges likely to happen soon once these smokes begin to fade. You can see they're up close. As I believe that's Plessin on the other side who actually catches him despite the flash that came through. A flying MP9 then I'm pretty sure gets the refrag, and yeah, they end up in a 4-on-4. Heavy presence on Banana though. I think they knew there was a second player still in place that had thrown the flash. So with that, they've just decided to group this up towards mid. They're taking their time though, so the rotation has come in.
A bit preemptive on that short molly there from Khan. I think he was getting pushed a bit quicker than he was, but he does have Zway supporting pit. Didn't need to be wary about that Apps player though, and Avid will take it. Just as I say it, and Khan will get caught as well. Avid has really turned up the wick from his first map of the day. We can all have bad games. It happens. And ever since then, he's had a good dust too, even though the scoreline overall wasn't great for Alliance. He had some good moments, especially in anchoring toward B. Now, he's hitting some nice entries as well. Good signs for the Swedes.
Yeah, like what we're seeing, as I had said, their Inferno earlier was pretty solid. They just lost both of the pistol rounds versus 9Z, and especially as it got towards the end, and they lost out the couple of rounds that let it go to OT, then they just kind of were flat in the overtime itself then. Coming alive a bit earlier though in this matchup and shining through with a really solid T-side so far. Another force buy potentially around the saved rifles. This time it won't be perfect, so I think they might have to look towards the 1 eco so that they can fight for a 5-7 half even, which is not what Nemiga would have been expecting after having, I believe, a 3-1 start, right?
I believe so. And there was the sort of unlikely rebuttal of 3-2, 3-3, right? There was the one that eco with the Glock.
I knew we ended at 3-3, so I was trying to remember how we got there because I was like, I'm pretty sure it was a 3-1. But I wasn't working out in my mind with the buys and such. Yeah, you're right. Alliance obviously stole it back again, so they are looking to invest a bit around the saved weapons, but not too much. They'll have the 2,900 loss bonus, so not quite full, but enough that keeping around 2,000 that everyone will afford them a pretty solid buy in the next round. And with that, still in with a decent shot, I would say, in this round as well, because the 5-7 and the MP9s on Inferno cause some serious damage. Oh, risky.
Very proactive though, Nemiga. Whether it's worked or not, their proactivity on the CT side has been very, very notable, and well, it doesn't look like it's going to work in this round, I'm afraid. They tried to do something with what they had, and looks like they're actually going to decide to stack B with all 3 remaining players. Actually not a bad idea, but Alliance just need to keep things simple now. Get 1 player to scout out A. The impression that might not be something they're going to do, though. So they are going in towards the mixer. They don't get spat out the other side. Flash over the top. 55 seconds left in the round. They can still figure this one out if they really want to. Now Nemiga have 3 players on the site itself. I wonder whether Alliance have heard some of that running. They seem very insistent on not even checking the availability of the A bomb site right now. So this could be problematic. Also, secured new box. There's the first, second, not found. Alliance's way to get the kill. But now they can still have time to take the bomb back, and now they realise. 30 seconds. Actually, to be fair to them, gave themselves enough time to figure it out, and a player had already got through Arch anyway, so it makes sense.
I mean, making it costly isn't really good enough at the moment for Lear, so he's going to probably look to try and go for this. Has an AK in his possession right now, though, so maybe that tempts towards a save, especially, I was going to say without a kit, but now he has one as well. Must have just recovered that unless I somehow missed it the last time I looked.
No, you're right. He picked it up in Banana, I think. Pretty sure.
Oh, he's got a W real quick. Unfortunately, there's a player waiting here close on the apartments for him, so that would be heard immediately, and well, he just doesn't have the time for all this slow walking.
He might kill Bowden.
Should do, yeah. There you go.
Oh, I was going to say, like, I think he was in two minds himself there. Like, he kind of wanted to go for it, but it was very unlikely. As you kind of said, fine next round, the last round of the half anyway. I would love to have seen him go a little bit faster on that one. Sure, if he did, he probably doesn't kill Bowden because would have had to make noise. But I mean, you can get the AWP. I guess that's the main thing. Dropped over, and you can still have an AK, and you can still get full utility. So, tack timeout used. Is that their third out? Yes, it is. Look, 3 out of 3 already in the first half.
Yeah, I think Alliance used one of theirs as well, so it's the 4th one, I think, already. Leaving it all the way until the last round of the half, though, yeah, maybe not ideal. That previous gun round would have been a good time to call in that pause. Maybe they were hoping it wouldn't be necessary. They can hold on to it for the long run, but taking a 5th round there now, definitely a necessity. Is this the first op Khan has managed to buy for himself? Actually, someone else bought it and dropped it to him, but
yeah,
get what I mean?
Oh, they've knifed each other.
Yeah, who knifed them? That's unfortunate.
Someone show the culprit.
Who's got blood on their hands?
Literally. Good nade. Into Bowden and Uppy. Trying to
Evens
take apartments. It does. Answers what a very what on earth. And now the second player's top banana as well. That's a bit of a wild top banana swing there from Leah. I was going to say Xanta is obviously such an important factor on this team as one of the B players, and obviously you don't want your B player to be low without all the nades coming through, you know? Like, he was low before the nades would have been a possibility, so hopefully he's still alive, but Nemiga 4v5, and, well, hive of activity for Alliances. I feel like they've kind of avoided the mixer on a number of occasions. Patience here too.
Very slow round now, only 20 seconds remaining. Despite the man advantage, I mean, only now is the bomb being walked in towards B. Thankfully for them, it's open, so they shouldn't have any trouble getting it planted. And apologies, my voice was given out on me as B goes down, but yeah, it's going to be a really difficult retake now.
Yeah.
They've only got flashes to work with. There is a kit, a couple of kits actually, but there's no smokes. One molly, I believe, was just recovered, so perhaps that'll help them to clear out a corner. Swapping the op around onto the lower healthed player as well, and well, here we go. It's going to be a very difficult time as they start moving forward, already taking leg shots. This tucked in as well, should have a good spot to get at least one of these, likely a second as well. And as you can see, slowing it down at the very least. He does lose his teammate though. That crossfire didn't quite work out for them. The bait and switch set up, and well, suddenly it's all onto Khan. Can't really do anything about it. Gets himself under a kill, gets shut down in the end. It's going to be an 8-4 half for Alliance. A tremendous effort after going down 3-1 initially as well. Will they be able to go ahead and pick up that pistol to put a close to this one quickly? We'll have to wait till after the break to find out.
beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, if we go down, if we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, if we go down, if we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history.
Yo, we're back. Alliance, maybe they're back too. 8-4 half on the T side, very solid. Like their Counter-Strike. Nemiga had some quite good ideas actually on their CT half to change things up, but Alliance read them really well. Now we get to see if they can bounce back on the attack with the utility they have. 2 flashes and a smoke. Like they're preparing for an A play.
Yeah, Nemiga have just not been faring well today on Inferno in general, it seems. Only achieved 2 rounds earlier on against 3D Max, and well, let's see if they can pick up this pistol round and get themselves back into it now is the question. Early info obtained, at least over towards long there, by the player who did peek and fall back through arch. Unfortunately, he gets hunted down. The player who pushed up short also falls, and suddenly it's all onto Uppy, who's at least traded places in the smoke. So he's still alive for now. That's a positive for the setup for the retake. Takes 1 kill onto Lear. Hopefully he can stay alive, but no. Above the smoke, Zui finds him and should have the peek here on Apps as well. Good timing. Catches Bowden. It's all onto Plessin in a 1-on-4 with those dual Berettas. Sure, he's got 2 guns, but even then he's outmatched with the number of bullets that are going to be flying back at him. This is the lifeline they needed. If they lost this pistol round, it was basically all but over.
True. They would have gone into the last match of the series feeling a lot better about themselves. Nemiga still, but now had a shot in this one too. Oh, nice shot. He had a very slow first half. Of course, got some of the kills in the final round of that first half, but kind of nothing kills as well, unfortunately. I kind of mentioned in the past, I think actually earlier in this broadcast, that Khan, you know, consistency is a bit of a problem for him. He can blow a bit hot and cold. Unfortunately, first half was a bit cold. I hope to see more from him. We definitely will. Maps that favour this team a bit more. Alliance are going to go for the Force Spy. That's an interesting choice. It is Inferno. There are close ranges, of course, to make these 5.7s and MP9s all the more potent. But very often, you do see a team wait for the first gun round. Go for the full eco. Because they're thinking, listen, we can... we might not have full utility in that first gun round if we do save. So let's try and play aggressive. Now, once that now Nemiga have heard a 5.7, and heard the scout ring off, and I'll realise what's up.
Yeah, or perhaps they think that Alliance are for some reason buying decoys and throwing them as well and then selling the scouts. That's what Nemiga done. Was an interesting approach they took in the last half when they done that, but well, Alliance, they actually want the weaponry to work with. They're not just trying to fake it out while they're on an eco. They've got the pistols, the Kevlar to back it up as well, and well, they've dealt out a small bit of damage. Unfortunately, the stack, the risk that they took here to go ahead and put all their players towards the bomb site rather, has not paid off for them. It will allow for pretty much just a full save though, which will give them a shot at going for something similar in this next round at least, but it's going to be likely here that Nemiga managed to survive with all 5 players standing. I would say maybe swap that Mac 10 to a player with better health and try and send them out to see what he can find.
Yeah.
Alongside a Galil, maybe.
I think you're right, though, because we're in for a bit of a unicorn around here. There was obviously no reason, or there is no reason to hunt if you're Nemiga. You need to build up your own funds first. So they realise what Alliance has, and they're kind of like, listen, let's let them keep it, and we'll try and do the same thing in the next round and avoid what they have. I saw, I kind of mentioned this being a unicorn round with all 10 players surviving in a round of Counter-Strike, right? I saw one, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. I think it was in a CCT game. It was a pistol round, which basically a brilliant fake was made, I'm pretty sure. And they were so far away, the CTs, and got completely sold hook, line, and sinker. I think they actually decided to save their Kevlar, which was for the first time in a very, very long time I've seen, maybe even ever, I've seen 10 players survive on the pistol.
Yeah, definitely don't see that often. I was saying it even in the Dust 2 that we had earlier, that there was a pistol round where it ended up a 5-on-5 with the bomb going down.
Yeah.
That's not even common, let alone a save in that same position.
Double nade for the position. There we go. Quite a nice one. Unfortunately, no one there to eat it this time.
A lot of nades, very little damage.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. There's the damage you wanted.
Oh,
There's more of it.
got a dink, yeah. Lesson finds a blessing in the form of that kill and some serious damage, which will funnel them back into the stack day bomb site. So this has all just worked out incredibly well for Alliance. Can they capitalize and turn it into a round win is the question. Scout not quite landing. They're actually going to try and push down the Scout, I believe. Could be risky. Emerging from the smoke straight into Bowden's crosshair. An easy shot to land, and now you've got 2 players who are on the brink of death. And, well, 40 seconds, which is a limited amount of time at this point, I would say. Putting the pressure on and forcing them to hurry up and make this decision as they begin to push towards that A-bomb site. A decent opening at least, but all they have to do at this point is run the clock down, and you can see the kills are coming either way. Zwei needs to get his way out of the apartments. He's the only one left looking healthy, but a Deagle quickly fixes that. Fixies, what the hell? Either way, Plessum with the final kill gets 3 for himself. Bit rusty with the casting, warming back up into it.
All good, mate. All good.
I was thinking I should have said remedies at the same point, and then because of that, I ended up saying fixies.
You're
like halfway through.
You're betwixies in between.
Yeah. 9-6. What are we thinking?
Are you a Twix guy? You ever had a Twix before?
Yeah. Of course I've had a Twix. Who hasn't had a Twix? Maybe Americans or something. I don't know if they have them, but places where they don't have them. But anyone who lives in a country where they exist has surely had a Twix. They're not that amazing though. I wouldn't buy them. Someone hands me a Twix, I'm like, oh yeah, cheers, I'll eat that.
Zanta hasn't got anything else to eat in this round though, because he's dead.
No.
Burnt out of the round by Pleasant. And Bodenmaster kind of holding toward long, obviously realised there's a lot of presence there. And should be calling to his teammates that they could very much be up short. But when I say teammates, it's only teammate. It's Uppy on the balcony. Odin have to go for a look on this one, and you know what he does. He plays it really well. Khan will go down. Uppy will take one in his sort of tough position between two players, and he reacts really well to Zwei trying to charge him down. Lear, bless him, is going to try and go for the plant, and actually doesn't even get that down. So, very solid round from Alliance. All 5 players alive. Money is bolstered. Nemiga are 4 behind. They've got no money. It should be 5 behind. This could be an Alliance map 1.
Definitely on track for it. You can understand why Alliance picked it. Again, Nemiga struggled big time here on Inferno earlier against 3D Max, but 3D Max in general just looked real solid in that series, taking a 13-2 and a 13-7, so we weren't sure whether it was perhaps just that matchup in particular, but yeah, they're not faring a lot better in this series. N6, it's a problem. They're on an eco, they're going to have to give away an 11th, and then it'll be flawless from that point on that they're going to need to be on this T side if they want to make the victory happen. Not expecting much right now. Slow round on Glocks. Keep utility. Alliance just ensuring that if they want to take the fight, they're going to have to come through blind. Or in the case of the A-bombs, they are going to have to take decently ranged fights with those Glocks. Don't love the op being alone though. I know they're up against pistol.
It's always dangerous, isn't it? We saw Bowden himself manage to somehow pick up an AWP with just a deagle or something in that first game today and almost win a 1 versus 5, I think it would have been. Now he's under a bit of pressure, but there is rifle support. The rifle support's gone down. They're going to jump over the angle, and now Bowden knows what's up. Has to get away. They're chasing him down. Twist. You have to help out your friend, my friend. And that friend has gone down. Risky Bob has glocked Bowden Master out of the round. They're going to double swing once again. It's good team play. Again, in the end, just not good enough weaponry. And no armor. Zwei last alive. Alliance have spared any blushes. Bomb is in the control of the CT as well. Zwei heard. Surely soon be taken. Apologies if you can hear honking outside my house right now. Someone's very unhappy for some reason.
I think I heard it a little bit, but I'm not sure.
Obviously, like on Discord, like the pickup is a little bit different to VMix, so
Yeah,
I reckon the VMix might have heard it.
that's all good. I don't really control what other people do.
Indeed. Very true. So true, bestie.
Couple of Galils into what is potentially Nemiga's last and only full buy here on the T side now, so yeah, I don't love this. They have prioritized the full utility. That'll hopefully allow them to run down what Alliance have, but it's not like the CT economy is hurting as of right now. They've got pretty solid money. It'll be a couple of rounds before they really feel any sort of hurt. Heavy B as well present for the CTs early on, just replenishing the smoke and not really looking to challenge Planet itself after having done already decent damage here in the initial moments just with the nades. Slightly risky from Twist.
Got a bit of a buffer now, not just in terms of the 5-round lead, but also the economy. So I feel like they can have the ability to change a few things up, maybe. From up, be one of the most powerful angles, actually, to that pick-up. Tyson has taken the first comfortably. Lear down to 19 HP. This Inferno is going very much the way of the Swedes right now, and that's definitely going on form, to be fair, considering they looked against 9Z and how Nemiga, it's not one of their better maps. Later on in the series, which will get more answers to our questions. Trying to work our way through long here, Nemiga, but it's a lot of players to get past, I'm afraid. 20 seconds, they can be about to go into the AWP of Bowden Master, and he gets himself 2 kills. Should go down, Leah will jiggle peek him out of the round, but now 15 seconds to clear up these positions, and Khan can't do it. 12-6, double the score. Alliance looking good.
Yeah, likely to put an end to this now with a very solid scoreline, which I think is kind of necessary before heading on towards Anubis, because it's a very strong map for Nemiga, and I think they could struggle there. Ancient if it ends up being necessary as the decider is a very strong map. Well, a very strong map again for Nemiga and a pretty decent one for Alliance. I think Inferno was the only one really that I looked at saying, okay, yeah, Alliance have the statistical advantage there. Even then, we weren't absolutely certain what way this would go.
Yeah.
Suppose you never are. That's what makes it interesting. If we knew what was going to happen, I really wouldn't be bothered watching.
Of course. Looking his way forward, up against a slightly lesser investment, and to be fair to him, he does well to get the 1-for-1. Nemiga aren't biting on the round just yet, though. Making sure they actually use all their utility properly first, and Twist spotted toward Coffin, and yeah, Coffin position is incredibly all-bangable these days, and Twist will get punished for sticking around. Avid still manages to catch one bullet on his way through the smoke, but do from this position. Bomb will try and go down. Actually not committed to just yet. They're moving it around right now, and actually delaying it is maybe giving Avid an opportunity. That's very strange. They've delayed the defuse, and Avid doesn't just take Risky Bob, he takes Khan and Banana too.
Santer shuts down Bowden at the very least, so looks like it should still beat her around, bar some mistakes, and well, yeah, taking some very risky peeks, I would say, there in that 2-on-1. Thankfully for them, Uppy not quite able to land the spray. Yeah. They're able to shut him down. I was a little bit worried right there. They were giving him chances that weren't really necessary after having already kind of screwed up, so Nemiga not looking as on form perhaps as I think we were hoping for when we were shaping this series up in the pre-game.
Yeah. I'm quite curious as to why Risky Bob thought he needed to get off the plant and change the position of it. Because, like, if he committed to the plant, he would have caught Avid with no bullets and having to reload, right? So it would have been totally safe. Delaying the plant meant that he reloaded and took 2 kills. So definitely, not sure what spooked him off of it. But doesn't matter in the end. They won the round and they've got a nice entry in the following, thanks to the aforementioned Risky Bob. That's Alexi's cultural impact there, I think. People adding the Bob to the end of their name.
Oh. 1-for-1 trade over towards that B bomb site, which is not going to be enough, unfortunately, for Alliance to put an end to this here and now. Although they are taking their time fully committing. They didn't have the bomb. It was all the way back in spawn, I believe. Only being recovered now by Xantu. Thankfully for him, his teammates are getting stuff done on this B-bomb site, and I think may have just forced the hand of Alliance into a save already. Yeah, they've got Twist, who's got 4,000 he can drop. Pleasant can buy for himself, and they'll have a pretty decent buy in this next round. But I think they should be getting slightly worried now. Nemiga, I can see them making this overtime happen. Maybe me having said that now has jinxed it, but I'm starting to believe.
Jinxes don't exist, mate. Don't worry. I like we've had this conversation a lot, but
definitely exists.
And does well to deal with Twist there with the Mac 10. Free M4 upgrade as well. I have no last to save, and honestly, it is a decent position for Nemiga here. They're going to have economic control very soon. He can actually launch his way in toward library to try and find one more. He's down. Him going down doesn't really matter too much, only losing one more weapon. And Avid drop a FAMAS if necessary. Twist can buy, Pleasant can buy. After he can get an MP9 if necessary. Bowden likewise. Actually looks like it might go for a bit of a half investment. And you know what? Considering the money situation, considering they're 12-8 up, it's not the biggest lead in the world. I think this is a pretty good idea. It's a weird investment, but it's one that could win them the map. And one they can still buy in the next round.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. Finally taking a step back and thinking, okay, yeah, we better go long run right now with our thinking rather than just forcing up every round. They'll get everything they could ask for in this next round, and well, who knows, they'll have a decent chance of getting something done here and now. At the very least, they can keep causing damage because the economy of Nemiga is not in a great position. It's forcing them to have to reinvest. I'm sure that they won't always have all the utility that they perhaps would hope for. Good damage though, they're done by Xanther. They force a bit of aggression, I believe, over towards that A side of the map where Zwei is able to punish it. Avid's got a decent position with that only M4, but surely it's a tradable spot either way.
Yeah, tradable would be right. If you can get one boiler peak, I was going to say probably they drop off and get back to the side and play a better angle, but that is a beautiful hard clear by Zwei. That's why it's so easy to be, as you could say, excited and entertained by some of these young players on Nemiga. Just have that about them. Because Zwei was the replacement for Flammus, and really, Zwei hadn't, I guess, really been heard that much about in the scene. Barely played any HLTV officials. He played for a team called, I think it was called Vaseline Worms, which is a mixed team. Funny name. One of the names of all time. But yeah, I think he's kind of rose to prominence, I guess, on this Nemiga roster pretty quickly. It's good for Nemiga to get that sort of Flammas replacement very quickly. Xanther has stepped into the shoes, fragging-wise, very nicely as well. Yeah, and actually Nemiga will be able to win the round with all 5 players alive, despite the 3 HP on Zwei. So, 6 rounds in a row has turned into a need for 3 rounds in a row. Of the deficit, there is a world.
Yeah, it's starting to look very, very doable. Another pause. Alliance, as I said, had used one of theirs. Nemiga have used up all 3 of theirs, so they're probably actually kind of happy with the extra moment here to keep assessing this T side, see what's been working, what hasn't been working, and how they can ensure that they get these final 3 rounds. Are we going to see a swap up from Alliance is the question now as well. Perhaps a bit more aggression. Decent spawn here. Bowden has over towards mid with that op if he wants to try and take the peak, maybe even in towards second mid. What's the plan? No. Weird route he took to go around towards the bomb site there. Playing the up towards short though, it does make sense. Doesn't want to take that early peak and take the risk. It's Nemiga that are still feeling the pressure to make this happen. They've still got 3 rounds to go just to get it to an overtime. So there's a lot of work to be done. Timing. Did he spot the shadow? Must have. Either way, drops the bomb carrier. Trade back on the B side of things, I believe, comes through from Xanther. Maybe even through the smoke, I think that was. Either way, solid pickup, and a 4-on-4 for the T side with over a minute remaining is not a bad position to be in.
Obviously is collectible in a way, but I don't want to just rush into it just yet. I think Nemiga might be just trying to fill out the B side of the map right now. They've got 45 seconds to do this. You might think that there's a world in which Alliance have rotated more players over toward the A side of the map, knowing that the bomb was there. Person, second orange is a nice position to play from, especially when you're alone. Especially if someone just walks into your crosshair as well. So it's a really important kill. And now A will be focused upon. Clear of B. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out. And Bowden finding one more. Uppy's got that perfect angle next to the pickup. Avid behind default. There's plenty of support in play, and there should be no way through for Nemiga. Well done, Alliance. We saw a good Inferno from them earlier, of course, against 9Z. But yeah, I think it's fair to say that that's a great sign for them to actually win out a map. And now Nemiga have to bounce back on their favourite maps.
Yeah, Anubis is a map they have played a ton of. They've got really good stats as well there.
Is that his name as well?
I have no idea.
I think Artist is Irish, isn't he? I have to check it now.
I think I met him when he was playing under a different name.
Yes.
When he first started playing CS, he was playing at one of the lands I was playing at as well.
So yes, Artist and Extinct. Yeah, both
Extinct,
from
yeah.
Yeah, both from one. And their coach Biscu.
They only really started. Yeah, I knew Biscu. decently well, but
Yeah.
the other lads, I think they only started playing like towards the end of when I was playing, and then I
Right.
started commentating, so I wasn't really. I didn't go beforehand, I wasn't
Yeah,
just
that's
full
fair.
focus on the commentary.
That's fair. And let's full focus on that right now because
Yeah,
we're finally into the game. Apologies for the yap fest, but sometimes as a commentator,
had to
you
be
do
done.
have to fill. And I hope you at least enjoyed some of that fill before the game gets underway. That is a swing
Filling
from Risky
heads.
Bob. See you later, Plesson.
Not a great start here for Alliance. They're looking to put themselves on track for a 2-0 with an opening pistol round here. That would be a nice start indeed. Not clearing close on the pillar. Gets a big surprise as Twist falls and Abbott just about gets that bomb planted, but, well, they don't have really the greatest of positions to play this after plant from, if I'm being honest. Uppy gets a decent kill, not before being immediately traded, and now it's all onto Bowden, and, well, the bomb is not planted for him. It's in, as you can see, in behind the cover. There's two players who can hold him off while that defuse comes in, and, well, it's desperate right now for Bowden. Can't get towards the site any longer. The time was just too low, and, well, salt in the wounds. Xanther manages to get that kill as well, and finally shut him down. Few exits at least being found. That is a small positive for Bowden. Adds a little bit of extra money to the economy if they are going to go for the force buy, but, well, it's Nemiga with the opening pistol round.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one, actually. The fact that they overlooked the second player toward the pillar. I guess why would you check that when you think you've heard Khan run away back toward main? But yeah, well dealt with by Nemiga in the end. Xanther showing some of that prowess. Straight away. Oh my goodness, this is an Alliance force buy, and they have been munched up by the SMG. Beautiful lineup, actually, as they tried to trample their way through the smoke, and poor old Bowden is getting tagged down through the doors as well, has no choice but to try and spam his way out. There is no way out. Uppy lost alive 1v4 with a MAC-10. Nemiga starting hot on Anubis.
Yeah, real dominant so far in these opening 2 rounds. Still very early days, of course, but we are expecting Nemiga to be the pretty clear favourites here. By far their strongest map. Followed not too far behind, I wouldn't say, by Ancient, which we might be seeing next, of course, if they can pick up the victory here. Decent kill from Uppy, gets him the M4 and, well, potentially a weapon to save forward. The bomb, not really recoverable, I wouldn't say, although they've kind of abandoned it for the moment, so maybe.
Yeah, MAC-10 save is a bit boring, but if you save an A1S, that's, I would say, worth. Looking to see if another Nemiga player goes hunting a bit too far. Obviously, Bomb very much in the control of the CT side, but just an extra kill, one extra kill would be nice. Limit the CT round win to 2 alive rather than 3 would make a big difference.
We'll eventually find another player here. It's going to be Khan, and, well, that gives away his position. Do they want to send anyone else at this is the question. They haven't really got the money, so yeah, they decide to just let those last few seconds run out, save the M4 and the MP9 forward. Good damage at the very least done by Alliance. They get an M4 as well to use in this round, but now they're mismatched in terms of the economy. Uppy only gets 2,900, so he's got to spend absolutely nothing, which will just barely give him an AK and the Kevlar in the next round to buy with everyone else. So hopefully he can get maybe a kill with this M4 as well. I think he realized that, yeah, he can't afford to spend any because he did buy something for a moment and then sold it back. It's really just about taking 2, maybe 3 kills if possible here in this round. Again, keeping the economy real low and just giving themselves a chance to, with that opening gun round, potentially break Nemiga straight down onto the double eco.
Yeah, we know Anubis has been known as T-sided for a long time. I think it still very much is, but it's getting, obviously, meta is evolving, so it's becoming a little bit more even. CT side has found more ideas over time. So, obviously, Lions need to get some of those T ideas and CT ideas into play now. They've got that M4. They know that they've decent amount of damage. Nemiga How do they bait in an M4? Do they launch this flash in from Twist? They go for a push with the Tech 9 and the 2 Deagles, send the M4 in, third or fourth maybe. But now just set up a little bit of a default around the map. Waiting outside mid, looking like they might want to try and go for a mid play again. Obviously they tried that in the second round on their force buy. Didn't work. Trying something similar, just a delayed option.
Grouping up towards mid. I mean, they'll get up close and personal with these pistols at least in towards A, but there's 3 players waiting for them. Well, they've still got a bit of ground to cover once they get out through these doors here, so it's going to be a rough one. Smoke going down as well is only going to make things more complicated as the dink comes in. They actually trade dinks. Okay. Alliance, though, need to get a move on. Risky Bob finally picking up first blood in favor of Nemiga, and well, he's just going to continue to stand his ground. It's Sway who gets the second kill. They're being picked off one by one, and they're going to run out of time before they can even get anything done. So, yeah, it's not a very successful round for Alliance in the end. There was a little bit of hope with the ground covered, but they're not even able to take a single kill, and that MP9 even gets traded back out for the M4. So, it was a profitable round for Nemiga in the end.
Helpful. Always nice.
Need to see Alliance coming alive now rather than later. If they get shut out early on, go down 5-0, then I don't see them really cracking their way back in. Odin with a very solid initial kill there over the boost, I believe it was as well. Of the smoke.
Ooh.
Gets himself a second, will eventually be traded, but I mean, more than worthwhile. The problem is Xanther's got a very aggressive stance here now that can basically shut off one side of the map and allow for the stack elsewhere, although they've lost mid in the meantime, which is a big problem because now, as you can see, there's a player wrapping potentially around on towards that B bomb site.
Oh,
And onto A.
looks like they might check
Timing.
this. OP, he's going to look. He is, but Xanther will get it. So 3 versus 3. Unfortunately, the question remains, is he aware of how far Pleasant has pushed up? And the answer is no. Great positioning from Pleasant, realizing that he slipped the gap. And that gap, I'm afraid, has not been plugged by Risky Bob. He's in a tough position. Got a kit, got a nade. But, the bomb will be able to make its way toward A very soon. They are very wary of this. They're taking this very carefully, actually. Okay, so might be one more CT around in position. Once they've shifted their way through, they realise that it's a safe entry path. Bomb can go down with plenty of time to spare, to be fair. And Risky Bob should save. So, good first round from Alliance. They kind of figured out the map there quite nicely and realised where to go at what time.
Yeah, well read and well executed. Giving themselves some early signs of life, which we said were much needed. Risky Bob at least saving his M4 forward. They've got decent economy, decent money there rather on the CT side. But an M4 being dropped over to Lear will be very helpful. Importantly for Alliance as well, keeping 3 players standing so that they can get their 2 rifles dropped over. This round, though, I think is where we get a real feel for how this game might go. If Nemiga take it, then Alliance are immediately put back on towards pistols, and at that point, it's going to be very worrisome. And if Alliance can take it, on the other hand, we'll see Nemiga likely shut down onto an eco of their own, and with that, the scoreline likely tied up at 3-3, and a chance for Alliance to really get going here in the early stages of Anubis.
The important one, though, must be a flash in the pan for Alliance. Oh, so no damage taken, though, in toward mid. OP and Pleasant. Side Twist taking the brunt of that. And Risky Bob in Canal. Oh, he's doing such great work right now. He's taken 1 and done even more damage. Sure, Bowden's found a kill, but Alliance might have to position their way for a round win like we did in the previous here, because the health would not go too well in a straight-up gunfight, I feel.
damage taken in the early stages of the round as well. Lions, as you were saying, they need something special now. Move together as well. Never mind. Pleasant finds Risky Bob through the flames there, disrupting the vision just a little bit, long enough for him to get the drop on him. And I was going to say give them an advantage they can hang on to, but of course Xanter had a very solid position there against a low health Bowden. Is not going to struggle. He shuts that down, puts down a molly as well. And with only 30 seconds remaining now, Alliance are in trouble. The time is going to start to become a problem. Rotations are already coming in towards this A bomb site as well, and even with the trade now, they have to deal with Lear tucked in up close. They don't expect it. Oh, he whiffs the spray. Still manages the kill though, and is just playing around the pillar at this point, trying to win it on time. May have done so as well because he delayed long enough for Khan to get into position and deny that bomb plant. There we go. Yeah, that was awkward, but it worked out in the end, thankfully.
It was so awkward because Lear did everything right, but it's those sort of weird angles where you're obviously a player is running past you at full speed, where tracking can be difficult when you're in the midst of shifting yourself into a different position and you know you found the perfect timing. You don't know if the player's going to stop to throw util or continue running, and sure, he did manage to react and get one more and actually wasted the time for Khan to get close. So he kind of did everything right, especially after he missed the first few shots, because that was spooky, for sure. But they get their round, they're on the board.
He gave a chance that wasn't capitalized on, basically.
Yeah.
Could have gone differently, but all worked out, and with that Nemiga get their 4th round, they take control again of the economy, having forced Alliance now into a very curious buy. With a little Zadeagle, 1 AK and an op. Very limited utility already as well. Thrown a little bit out, I believe, so. Grouping for what looks like it's eventually going to be a B here. They do have the bomb out there with, I believe that's Avid. Yeah, he's just picked it up now. It's actually starting to move back towards mid though for the moment. They've been very good at getting this mid control. They've just never had a chance to do anything with it.
Lots of noises being made here. I'm fully aware that Pleasant is in toward E-Box. Risky Bob on the position at the moment, and Sway's going to reposition because they're... Oh, I think they're somewhat aware of that flanking toward mid. Or are they not? Maybe they're not. Odin's going to get the one, and Zwei, he only gets one of his own. They weren't aware. Now Bowden can just hold the line towards CT. What a shot! You felt absolutely confident in him on that position, but now the round's back on. Bomb planted. Leah, to that incredible shot, is now working his way through. They're going to try and double peek it, but Khan deleted one. What a spray by Uppy. Goodness me. He's taken Khan and Leah. And Xanter has taken so much damage earlier on in the round. And of course running through that Molotov. Twist will find it. Alliance. Yeah, didn't really have much positional control, I felt like, until that connector flank. And in the end, they used it very well.
Yeah, managing to find themselves a lifeline off the back of a pretty poor buy. They've actually forced Nemiga into a terrible position. They only got 1400 in that last round, so they've decided to just go for the buy because they were looking at a double eco. Obviously, if they can make this work, then perfect. They'll snatch back control, but if not, they're forced onto an eco now in the next round, and then the Alliance have a 4-4 scoreline. Which again, with the map being T-sided isn't amazing, but something they can build off of. It was looking like they were going to be shut out of this pretty early on. Heavy focus towards A from both teams. There's a lot of utility on the CT side as well. Mostly just smokes though, unfortunately.
These
couple of
rounds are
mollies would have been nice.
Yeah. Scare me. Especially if you're going to go into the stack. This is going to be an absolutely massive brawl coming in here. But thankfully for Alliance and thankfully for Twist, they actually catch Nemiga in a little bit of transition there. Smoke should be checked, and absolutely will be. Well played, Uppy. And that is a surprise, I would say. That was so easy.
Yeah, I mean, Twist flying in mid-air, Mach 10 kill to kick things off. That does really help. Fairness. A little bit of luck on his side, but I don't think Alliance are going to complain about luck working in their favor. Nemiga, on the other hand, they might be a little bit angry, but either way, they weren't going into that round with the highest of hopes. I wouldn't imagine it was just the force by pistols and Kevlar. They knew things could go poorly. They did, so can't really be too angry. They will now have to take the eco, though, as mentioned before. Meaning Alliance shouldn't have too much trouble taking themselves a 4th round, and if they can take this round again without losing too many players, they have a real opportunity to build up that economy.
Nemiga get out of this first half with 5. I think they win the game. 4, I get the impression they might still win the game. But Alliance can make a bit of a comeback from here on in against this full eco, of course, coming up next. Back to 4 each. They can win out an 8-4 half. I know it's a long shot from here, but that momentum could be really good for them. I still favour Nemiga. I just feel like they've got a much better T side. We know that about this map of it just being that sided anyway, but yeah, we shall see. Time to really dig into the stats a little bit further when it comes to Nemiga's Anubis. I can tell you that they have a actually this is more than I thought. I just looked at it. It's a lot more than I thought. Let's just see if this eco stats again. Okay, there's 2. I haven't checked the smoke. Yes, it's all good. So one thing I'm surprised about, usually when a team plays Anubis, even on a T-sided map, it's like, what, like 55% usually on the T side, the win rate, the average win rate for Anubis.
Yeah, probably about there.
Nemiga's CT round win percent, obviously they play a lot of Anubis, so this is a good gauge, is 42.5%. Their T, 66.7%. That's a big discrepancy and a lot bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the stats can be a little bit misleading sometimes, depending on the level of teams they're usually playing against as well. So that can throw it. As I had said, Nemiga tend to have really close games as well, so that would make sense that they're having close halves, I suppose. Oh, okay, a couple of kills being found there. The trade's not quite working in favor of Alliance, though, with only Twist contributing. And, well, he was miles ahead of these other 2 players who were not ready at all to commit in towards this bomb site.
He's trying to set himself up. Oh, Jiggle picked out the CT plan. Actually, Lear goes for the pick then and there. Gets punished. Another dink comes through. Surely the damage is too significant. Yes, Bowden is going to shift away, but it's still only a 1v2. And with him being the ore putt, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, theory it's winnable, but on 13 health, I'm not loving his chances. Should at least have a bomb plant on the A-bomb site, which is always a decent find, but as we were saying, every round that Nemiga can add right now is a massive help.
We're back.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was my PC dying or something, because it's a weird one.
It's been for both of us today, don't worry. Let's see what you can do. Bomb down, advancing for the kill. Oh, this is tough though. If Khan swings it quickly, never mind. Well, Bowden wasn't going to walk further forward, but he did, and straight into the open arms of Khan.
He had the right idea though, because he couldn't just sit back in that 2-on-1, especially on low health. He had to force that 1 versus 1 as early as possible and hope that they weren't both together.
Spot on. If he was full HP, there's a small world he could have very quickly reacted to that one, but 1 bullet from death, not to be.
Yeah, I mean, Alliance really... Sorry, voice is given out. Alliance really are aiming for a 7-5 at this point, otherwise it's going to be a very difficult time for them to actually recover things in the second half. Small bit of nade damage early on, but not too crazy. looks like we're going to see a straight up B execute. We haven't really seen this yet.
Good trade, but there is another player in position. Here's Xanta. He gets his one. Now rotation around toward the bomb site, but Bowden's had a number of very important kills today in both games. He's looking to go for more. Oh, they misplay the timing a little bit, and it's an absolute mess in the end. Oh, what a shame. No scope for Bowden. How did they not realize he's still in the corner? What the hell? Absolute madness there. Bit of a clown fiesta, but the expected result does go the way of Nemiga. That was a shame, because I like what Alliance tried to do. They tried to go for a contact in toward E-Box, but unfortunately for Bowden, his teammate ran in front of him, and from then on in, it fell apart.
Yeah. They can buy again, since they had been so dominant in the streak of rounds that they found for themselves, but yeah, it's not really good enough now, having given 6 rounds over already to Nemiga here. Alliance 6-6 will be a very difficult position for them to try and recover from. We're expecting Nemiga to fare better on their T side as well. Again, just trying to get early ground over towards water and in towards the connector. Forcing Risky Bob back from that position, and well, this time maybe favouring a bit more towards A overall on the default, but nothing really too crazy. Hoping for some aggression maybe to punish. Oh, and they're giving it.
There you go. Molly in toward that position. Leah. Oh, I like this angle. I tend to play the closer one, not the one behind the pillar, but the one behind the waterfall. It's a bit more harder to guess, but you know what? Might not even matter, because they're getting all the kills elsewhere. Risky Bob and Leah in a tough position. Last 2 rounds of the half. I mentioned Nemiga should be happy. I think they will definitely be happy. Like, 4 is even not that bad. I mentioned their win percent. I think it's 6 they win the game. It should be no risk here. It's going to be a good round for Alliance. They'll win this one comfortably, but Nemiga are well set up.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, as you said, they're still in a pretty good position either way. One M4 being carried forward will give them something to work with in this next round. Otherwise, though, Nemiga, I think, are just going to be stuck on mostly SMGs even. Well, Alliance shouldn't have too much trouble finding that 6th round. Oh, hang on, is he even going to save this M4? We'll have it check. Yeah, there we go.
Unlucky.
There's the corner.
Look at the money.
Yeah, no, that's real rough now. Alliance shouldn't have too much trouble getting this 6th round, but again, is that enough? Yeah, tactical pause being called in by Nemiga. Decent time to get that in. Surprised we're only seeing it now. I suppose it's been fairly back and forth, so neither team has really felt like they've completely lost control. Maybe we could have seen a bit more usage of the pauses from Alliance, but overall, not too big a shock. Yeah, it's slightly better in terms of utility than I was expecting, because they've gone more so towards the pistols. They've got one FAMAS on Jouet, but it's not a great buy at all. Alliance should have a 6th round, but, well, let's wait and see. It is another map that's actually pretty good for these force buys. Anubis and also Inferno, as we were saying before. Both maps where there's a lot of close range positions for these SMGs and pistols to shine.
Just checking some of the other results that was been going down, of course, in this qualifier. We were speaking about that 3D Max 9Z game. 3D Max have finally got over the line in overtime 1916 on map 1. It's a good sign for them. It's 1.5 in their favour. They've already got the first thanks to Xanto, and Xanto's been insane thus far. Plesson in a very good off-point position. He's playing this very well. Is there a second player to deal with? Oh, yes, there is. Can he get 2? Yes, he can. Well played, Plesson. The round has swung, and Plesson has evened up this one probably for Alliance. Surely there's nothing that Nemiga can do from here with an MP9 and a 5.7. A bit more utility into that smoke. The MP9 is close, but there should be no way it can advance. There's no kit in play either. This is all said and done. Only some exit kills, really. Odin will get 1. Only 1 more player to find. Cotton does well to find the 5.7 headshot, but you know this round is finished. Depends as to who gets it in the end. It's going to be Avid, and Alliance will even us up at 6 each. I still think Nemiga are in pole position. We'll see after this.
Just come over. Won't you come closer? Yeah, just come over. Oh, hey. 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy now. 1, 2, 3, oh, I want you near. I need you in my life, but oh, 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy now. 1, 2, 3, oh, I want you near. I need you in my life, but rolling on a feeling, knowing I must go on. If I don't do it now, I will never have it. 3 minutes deceiving, falling to slumber. If I don't do it now, someone else will grab it. If I don't get I wanted it so long. It's taking me some time. I tell myself don't stop. Like waves are breaking, I found a way, I made it. If only I don't stop. Sharper than an arrow, aiming at its target. If I'm losing grip, then I can always get up one more time. But when I'm at this
Good stuff from Nemiga to get 6 on CT, a side which they usually struggle a lot more on. I think that puts him very much in pole position for map 2. However, Alliance are still even, and you never know. They are a map up after all. Let's see if they can get off to a good start on the CT side and put Nemiga under pressure.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's what they need to do. Otherwise, as you said, Nemiga might be able to just run away with this on the T side. A very aggressive CT stance on the pistol round here. You've got to say from Alliance, heavily fighting on mid. And well, Nemiga had thrown all their forces at this position. And Well, despite a decent start, Alliance unfortunately are overrun. These dual Berettas are going to need to pop off, and it doesn't happen. Twist goes down with no kills, unfortunately, leaving Uppy in a very difficult 1 versus 3 retake. He doesn't have a kit to work with. I don't love his chances.
Yeah, he's a bit too far away as well. Didn't help. Let's see if we can isolate a few duels. Khan will surely peek off of Xanta's contact once it comes into position. First bit of information, but Xanta, wow. He has been on it on Anubis. On it like a bonnet. 4 kills. 16 to 8. 2 KD. The main man for Nemiga.
Yeah, it's worst case scenario really for Alliance, as we were saying, to lose out that pistol. Now they're on a full eco. Nemiga should have an 8th round without too much trouble, and it really all depends on Alliance coming alive in that first gun round. If they fail to do so, then I think we'll be looking at a 3-map series sooner rather than later. Full eco, stack over towards this B-bomb site. Nemiga are probing around at the moment, and I think they'll realize pretty soon as Risky Bob pushes in that it is a stack here, and they'll be able to just charge things in towards A. Question is, how much does Risky Bob get before going down and realizing it's a stack? And well, he realizes now it's a full stack, and he only manages the 1 kill. So a Mac 10 at least being recovered for Alliance. Maybe they can get an exit or 2 with it. That'll help them with buying in this next round as well. So that would be a nice addition. But winning the round, I don't think is really a viable option. That bomb's being planted on A in the meantime, and well, they've got another Mac 10 to potentially hunt down. Oh, it's not going well. Lear gets 3. That's more than worthwhile.
Terrorists win.
Nicely done by Khan. Well, let's get something, as you say. So the first gun round for them on the CT side, unfortunately, is going to include 2 FAMASs. Actually, we're going to go for a sell on one of them to get an MP9 instead. Twist preferring to get absolutely full utility and a kit. Didn't have a singular kit on the team before that switch. So, as long as you have 1 defuse kit, it'll make a big difference. Let's see. Sort of pre-molly toward main there to stop any CT aggression, which they might be thinking could come through.
Slow round again coming out. Nemiga. Alliance did have an early stack towards B, I believe, kind of just leaving mid open. Only now rotating 2 players back in to start contesting it a small bit. I don't think there's a ton that they can do about it. Plesson's already taken some damage. Well, they might actually look to reaggress. At the very least, clearing up close. They might not expect the player to be waiting in at the doors currently though, and well, it will be checked, but the Mac 10 wins out that aim duel. It's an MP9 elsewhere that trades things back for Alliance. It's just a 1-for-1. Nemiga, they've only got 40 seconds to actually make their way towards this bomb site, and it's going to be B they've chosen.
Over toward Temple, that's going to be awkward. Bowden somewhat on an island, and look where Zwei is, even though Avid kind of heard it, because Zwei was charging in at the end. It was too late for him to be ready, but I tell you who's ready. Mr. Bowden Master. How has he got away with 3 from that? I do not know. Zwei would have thought his team could pinch with him, and things would probably be okay. Not the case.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, at the very least getting to save his M4 forward, but Alliance pick up the gun round that they very, very much needed. And do so with 3 players left standing, which is important because it means that they aren't going to have 1 player left on an SMG or something here. They'll have rifles across the board. They have all the utility that they could ask for. And they have a chance to win out this round and maybe even get themselves back into the lead by doing so.
goodness, the nade damage, and Bodenmaster somehow, well, he's a multi-fragging machine on this CT side in these last 2 rounds. Could even find the third. You know what? He has 6 kills in 2 rounds for Bodenmaster. Goodness. Alliance, that puts him in such an incredible position on CT side now. Nemiga's money could be broken in a few seconds. He's going to check mid, take down Leah. 4 players still alive. Risky Bob is last alive with the M4 recovered on 45 health. And the AK instead. I'm afraid damage, something he actually needs right now. Got the ball on his back. He's going to be going in toward the B side of the map. Avid's got a Molotov. Actually, will chuck it down at the perfect timing, incredibly. It's going to be annoying for Risky Bob. Laser time ever further, and a smoke as well. That'll probably lock out any chance of a plant.
Yeah, slim chances, I'd imagine. Low health and really flank coming through. I was going to say he should be killed, but no. Lesson wasn't expecting them to be just chilling on the stairs, so at the very least now he should be able to save the AK forward, which is something to work with. Unfortunately, though, they're going to be looking at an eco, otherwise it'll be just the single AK likely alone. And obviously Risky Bob's going to be left on $600, which is not ideal then moving forward into the next round if he wants to buy with his teammates. So it's a slightly rough position actually for Nemiga. They might even be tempted to force. They're not quite on a double eco, but their buy in the next round will be lacking a small bit.
How can they activate Risky Bob? Alliance have an opportunity, an unlikely 2-0 here. They can build up their money. This round done cleanly. There's the information. The AK will give it a look, and actually it will choose to creep in. Unless it might not be ready. It's only a ding. Now it's been taken down. Khan has managed to pick it up, but he's 3 HP. Bomb pump will be attempted. Having trying to deny. Won't be able to deny. But, and they have to all be him. Lear has found the M4, actually, fair play. He's got no armour. Xanta's still got that Kevlar, so there's a world. They're going to try and go aggressive, though. They know that Lear's in that position too. They'll check it properly. Well played, Alliance. 9-8. 3 players alive. Plant for Nemiga. That means they can definitely buy and solidly in this next round. They need to get started.
Yeah, I mean, Alliance have themselves a lead right now. 9-8. They can take this gun round, and Nemiga are going to be really sweating. And their Alliance took a victory on map 1, so they're looking to try and take this 2-0. Odin not quite landing. Does actually take a ton of damage in the meantime as well. It's trades back and forth, which go in favor of the D side, and with that, they're going to just swing their way straight in towards B. Avid gets wall banged down, apparently. Hope he does manage to get himself that rotation there. Bomb's being planted, and, well, I don't know if there's much that they can do about it. They've decided likely to just save the 2 ops, actually, potentially. Is he looking to save the op? He's just getting rid of it. There we go. I was wondering what exactly he was up to.
Yeah, I think 2 ops on CT at this stage might be a bit gambly. Even the AK is a lot better. But good round from Nemiga. It's the sort of thing we wanted to see. It's kind of been the Xanta show in some of the important rounds for Nemiga thus far. Of course, they won the pistol and the conversion after a 6-6 half. Got to 8-6. And that was mainly down to Xanta with that quad kill on the pistol. And delivers again with another multi-kill. 19-11 now. It's back to 9-9. This series deserves the Ancient Decider. And I would be very surprised if we didn't get there. But right now, is definitely a distinct possibility that we don't. Alliance having a great series. Of course, as I mentioned before, last time these two teams played, it was very different. It was 5 months ago at this point. Nemiga still had Flamus. Alliance still had Robin. Able to find the answer. A different lineup against a different lineup. That would be pretty impressive.
It's the fairly standard default at the moment. Pressure and everywhere, pretty much trying to force out what they know is limited utility on the CT side. Damage though traded back and forth fairly equally up to this point. Oh, Hyman there was nearly in favor of Xanther, but Avid thankfully is on the ball. Keeps Pleasant covered. I was going to say they were about to aggress over towards that A-bomb site on the CT side as well, but well, that's just as Nemiga are starting to probe B, but they're doing so individually. No one is really playing off of each other right now. This is not the T side we'd be expecting of Nemiga. Very disjointed, and well, now they're going for the bomb plant. More smokes to try and at least cover that off, and well, with the damage that's being done, this could still go either way. Bowden hits a nasty shot. It's the head that gets removed from the body of Risky Bob. Pleasant finds a player creeping forward in the smoke as well, and Bowden puts an end to it, and well, stands still in potentially disbelief as to that shot that he hit previously.
Well, it was a 3 versus 5, and they did well to actually get the plant down in the end, I felt like, considering Avid was still plat. Avid was then just deleted by Khan through that smoke. The smoke that I think they put down just to block him off. They didn't have a molly, so they had to choose something else to block his view. And it was a good catch from Khan, but after that, Bowden hits a dirty flick. And, you know what? They all converge. It forced Nemiga to push through a smoke aggressively. Get some control back. Not possible. And you know what? Less than a freebie. It gave Alliance the first 10 double digits. They're now running their way in. They need to be careful on these. They will get run down. He cleans the Pleasant and he makes it look a lot easier than I think it was. Got 2 bullets left. Lear is trying to run away. And he'll be get caught by Twist. 11-9. Nemiga with their bye coming up. They're on the edge of elimination, surprisingly, here.
Yeah, this is not how we were expecting things to play out here on Anubis. Seemed like Nemiga had started to take back control, but now they're worried. Tactical timeout being called, as they will be at least coming onto a decent enough bye here. Utility will be lacking a little bit on both Lear and Xanther, but other than that, they're pretty much working with everything they could ask for, barring up. Lear actually ends up with a Galil, so they definitely want that utility, maybe hinting towards a more execute-oriented round.
It all comes down to this for Nemiga. Unlikely Anubis, they would have been very content with that 6 on CT. Knowing that usually it's around about 4 or 5 on average. And their T-win percent is very, very good, but they have just not found a way. Alliance battling. Bowden Master, got to say, it's been a Bowden Master class thus far. The multi-kills with the rifle we saw on B, the AWP flicks. Seemingly on point at the moment. Aren't connecting. Zwei dinked down to 10 HP. Sure, damage equal. Lesson now down to 7 as another nade comes flying in. But somehow, 5v5 is retained.
Yeah, it's going to make things difficult for Alliance. They're feeling the pressure to try and push forward and maybe swing this round back in their favor, and they're going to go very heavy on this mid stack. Everyone is grouped up. Mist is leading the charge, doing so pretty slowly. Not wanting to run into any awaiting players. Oh, he hears them down below. Are they going to be ready for this? Twist peeks through. Will they expect a follow-up though now is the question. No, they do not. Pot throwing the smokes, but the 1-for-1s are not good enough. It's going to be a 2-on-3 in the end. Zve is pretty low, which is potentially a big help, but you can see Bowden's not even leaving that A-bomb site, and it looks like Uppy's going to be joining them, so they don't even want to go for this. They're going to concede it.
Ah, it's a shame. I really love the idea from Alliance. That's exactly the right thing to do in that sort of position, isn't it? They continued pushing. They desperately tried to get a second player to get 2 kills. Not to be. So near, but yet so far on those trades, just not enough. Getting away with it, Nemiga. And the push toward mid there, in that mid-round position, I think was a very good idea. Very unexpected, as you could see. Leah, Risky Bob, this way, will stay alive. Close the gap to 1 once again. Alliance know they've got a wonderful opportunity here. They're not going to take any risks with their economy. That's why the savers come through, not even going for any exits. Making sure you save the weapons. They're playing this game smartly. Money still available for that rebuy. That's what they'll get. A little bit of residual cash as well. Obviously, lost bonus isn't going to be amazing, but they wouldn't be out of it if they lost this next round. This is now probably the biggest round of the best of 3 coming in here.
Yeah, this could be the one that pretty much decides it. Neither team is working with any sort of economy left in reserve. Are a few players on either side. Just above the smoke, it's not really going to get any chances, at least quite yet. Perhaps on the refreshed one. No, Xander's backing off at this point already. They're focused on getting the mid control and perhaps working their way down towards connector afterwards. No, just heavy on the mid. 3 players focused, 1 on either side of the map, then making sure that they don't get flanked out. There's still a minute for them to work with, so really just hoping that this pressure that they've put on mid would have forced the hand of Alliance to go aggressive elsewhere, and it's what they were hoping to punish. It hasn't quite paid off though. Instead, they're just grouping back up outside B now without having really accomplished much in terms of map control.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for Alliance because they might have 3 players here, but you mentioned map control. Kind of neither team has it in this round. It's kind of an unknown for Alliance as to what's coming. And now the utility comes raining in, they'll realise what's coming. It's a decent double nade. Risk got down to 56, but it hasn't got himself a kill. Molly back flat, smoke up to block off that position. Nade to break open that smoke. It's brilliant from Avid. Risky Bob down. Xanta kind of knows what's going on. Oh, it's ridiculous timing, though. And he finds Avid, and because of his control in that position, he might find more. Ooh. He absolutely has. Somehow, Pleasant gets straight on Khan through that smoke, but Leah, he's holding for the uppy rotation. And I think smart decision here would be to get Bodemaster away from this position, and Pleasant too. There might be an opportunity to get something around these 2 saved weapons if they do save. Somehow, Nemiga have found a way through, and once again, it's thanks to Xanta. With a bit of luck, sure, but 2 huge kills.
Yeah, he's having a fantastic game. Sitting at nearly double everyone. Bodemaster also having a similar performance for Alliance. Did save the op forward as well, but as we had mentioned, that round was so important because the economy now for Alliance is just not there. It's not bad enough that they're on a double eco or anything, but they can't really afford to buy up much in this round unless they want to take the risk of forcing and potentially costing themselves the map if things go south, of course. So it's a difficult decision. I think we have a technical pause, unfortunately.
Want a time for it? Thankfully not too long.
They bought up a little bit, but Not too much. They get 2,400, so they'll be able to buy in this next round. Twist has maybe spent a little bit too much, but other than that, they're good.
End of the world. He probably would have enough for what he needs. Right then, here we go for Alliance. An opportunity to maybe get a map point. But Nemiga, they are favoured in this one. And there'll be a big release of pressure off their shoulders if they're able to confirm a 12th. And at least overtime. Rotation from Alliance is good. Lots of players in position toward B, around the site. Risky Bob spotted out in toward E-Box. It's going to be a decent nade as well, down to half HP. We'll go for a fight in the end of the twist, but it bakes in Pleasant, and in comes Avid. Oh, he just about gets into E-Box as well and picks up the AK. 4v3. Smoke down on that molly. That probably doesn't go as deep as Way actually wanted, to be honest. I get the impression that was meant to go deeper in toward E-Box, but it gets caught in the fire. And the bomb's actually moving through Temple right now. It's moving through Temple to the A bomb site. It would be a brilliant call if they go for it. And it looks like they're going to truly commit. Wow. Pleasant's here, though. Is he ready? Oh, my word, Liz hit the headshot. I can't believe it.
I mean, he's going that way, but I don't think he's actually expecting it all that much. That's what it seemed like anyway. So the bomb goes down, and, well, what was looking to maybe be around the lines could have stolen. I think it's just about slipped out of their grasp. Yeah, save the AK and the op. I think that's the only option they really have. Save up, he can maybe get an exit, but that doesn't happen. He gets shut down by Sve. So, yeah, 12-11. Nemiga have, at the very least, the overtime confirmed. And the Lions are going to have one crack at trying to get themselves into that OT.
Damn. What a choice from Nemiga at 11-all. Great awareness, gotta say. Great choice.
Terrorists win.
In the midst of the madness, realizing that the rotation is all in play. E-Box has got 2 players in it. The other 2 probably not around Temple just yet. They get their way through in time. That point available. Alliance have everything they want for the possibility of overtime. But Nemiga have everything they want for a possibility of Ancient.
Oh, Twist goes crazy with the peek on mid. Oh, he's kind of trapped now with that off. Getting away could be a whole different story, but no, he got the smoke down, gets a nade, and that might do some decent damage. Yeah, it's a follow-up and a spam from Avid. Ends it. And suddenly it's a 5-on-3. OT looking fairly likely unless we have a miracle play somewhere in the back pocket right now from Nemiga.
Oh, upbeat. Mollied out of his position. Thankfully got a smoke, and now all he needs to do is just not peek. Don't peek ever. Another HE wouldn't kill you unless it's absolutely spot on. Twist obviously worried about mid, and he'd be right to be worried about mid. Zwei is pushed up. He just needs to make sure he keeps himself alive, and he will do that. Twist has rotated round toward the back of Cake, and he can play in support, but that is why they're worried about mid. Zwei's going to pounce on the timing. Oh no, not like this, Alliance. This was such a wonderful opportunity for overtime. That's some rotation he's not known about, but the bomb does go down in time. That changes the complexion of this afterplot now entirely. It might not have been an afterplot at all if Pleasant got the kill quicker. But now, it's very awkward. Avid, oh, he spots one. He's there waiting for the flank as well, of course, of Bodenmaster. He had his chance. How is that not a kill? He couldn't flick for it quick enough, and Risky Bob takes it. Smoke on the bomb. It's all Risky Bob now. Surely he still can't win this one, and he won't. Oh, it was nervy. But Alliance have found their way to OT.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, they've made it happen, and well, it wasn't really looking too likely there in that final round, I've got to be honest. They were struggling to take the gun rounds for a little while, and then they managed to pull it off with weaker weapons. Straight into the OT as well, no time to sit around and dilly-dally. Ops available for both teams, of course. Haven't really seen much from Khan, as we were saying. Playing with high ping. definitely complicates the matters. I feel like if he was showing up, of course, this could be over already. So maybe that's something that might be in the back of Nemiga's mind. Hopefully not tilting them because they still have a game to focus on. A lot of nade damage back and forth. I don't think they've even seen each other yet. Just chipping away. Nemiga have pretty much been given the mid control yet again.
Slate wiped clean. We go again. You know, T. The pressure high for both. Nemiga managing to get himself back into the game and do really well at it. And that is just dirty from Xanta. He doesn't just find Placid, he finds Avid as well. But they are going into a crossfire. Unfortunately, it might not matter. Twist is now out of bullets. He should be converged upon very soon. He's actually been allowed to get a fresh reload off. Thankfully for Nemiga, Risky Bob takes the kill. Wow. Odin last alive, going through the smoke. The easiest of kills. Okay, he actually ducked underneath the Risky Bob spray. 41 HP. I'm not actually down yet. And they might even try and get away from it. Xanta's just not planted yet because he's wanting to make sure he gets a immediate trade possibility of his way coming through camera. And he will do exactly that. In the end, he takes the kill anyway. 26 for Xanta. That is ridiculous.
He's having a crazy game. He's making up for the fact that Khan is of course struggling, as you were saying, playing from Kazakhstan, we believe. So it's an understandable reason to not be having the best of games. I think I would imagine is quite high, yeah. But they do have Xanther, as you said, making up for it. Alliance don't want to let much more slip away here. The 2 rounds would be what they're aiming for on this CT side in the OT. And, well, a 1-for-1 trade, not a terrible start, but already Abbott's being closed in on. Oh, a team kill with the contact from the molly. He just thumped them to death with a Molotov. That is brilliant.
Oh, he's bottled him. He's bottled him to death. That's crazy. Leah, can he win a clutch despite all the madness?
Don't see that often.
That is a rarity. Might be the first time I've ever seen it in CS2, actually. He's still a great chance in this round, Leah. Oh, Bodenmaster's checking the corner of E-Box, and he will go down. Leah puts a right-click smoke down as well. That's perfectly positioned. It's now Uppy, the new addition to Alliance. There'll be a fresh smoke in position. He might just choose to hold this one. He's got a defuse kit, of course. Leah, can he find him? Oh, he's out of bullets. Has to be a knife, but he hasn't got it in time. What a ridiculous round. And we're back even at 13 all.
Yeah, that's what you need at in a 13-13 game. Rounds like that. Yeah. The league are going to be kicking themselves. I think they might be out of tactical pauses as well. If not, I would like to see one now, just so that they can try and solidify their lead at the halftime here. It's actually Alliance that go for it instead. They also need to ensure that they get themselves the 14th round, and well, I don't think they're going to get a repeat performance of exactly how that went down with them being assisted with a team kill and then basically a ninja coming in. Need to rely on something a bit more standard in terms of the plays.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, a bottle kill isn't that standard. That's a clip for later for sure. Gotta make sure I remember to save that one.
Right on the back of the head as well, I believe it was.
Yeah.
As he was about to win the gun duel.
Literal bonk. Well, Alliance will keep themselves in it, and Uppy, to be fair to him, does very well in that clutch. Doesn't get the kill to win it, gets the defuse to win it.
Again, heavy focus towards mid. That's been a go-to really for Nemiga. Only now do Alliance rotate a player in to have a little glance. It's going to be Twist. He gets a face full of AK bullets nearly, just about backing off in time. Forced to give up the control, and well, they seem to be happy doing so most of the time. But it hasn't always worked out for them. Uppy eats a nade as well. They've been forced to go aggressive out on B. Well, that's got them a lot of control.
A lot of control. Alliance know it. Thing is, they can't really fight for it back. They have to just let Nemiga make a decision whether they want to go toward A or B. Just trying to support with utility. And sure, Uppy and Bodenmaster can actually play off of each other here in the main portion of A, but they're about to be split upon, and that miss could spell the end for Boden. He's down. There takes the headshot. Khan gets a really important kill on Pleasant, and Twist is struggling to get that one. Avid's here in very quick time. He's going to get caught from camera. Sway will find it, and Nemiga will take 2-1 in OT.
Yeah. With a bit of a lead. We were expecting them to be almost clear favourites here on the Anubis, so Alliance have been real impressive, but I think they'll kick themselves if they fall just short. As I had said, Nemiga tend to also get a lot of close wins on this map, so maybe that was something we should have been ready for. But yeah, let's see, what's the plan now? Alliance need a very strong T-side, and well, they gave it to us in the initial moments of this map before their T-side kind of withered away. I believe they just managed to salvage it in the end. I'll need to try and force the beak from up B. I don't think it went deep enough. Both might be in trouble. Not quite. Does bait out the shot by jumping across. Forces the op back, and well, it's just a fairly standard default right now from Alliance. Nothing crazy, but Nemiga are willing to keep on taking the fights, it seems. Xanther was definitely tempted there.
Yeah, I think there was even in the early portion of the round. Khan really desperately wanted to peek past the E-box smoke and go for a kill straight up. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to try and re-clear mid. Twist on that corner. Hard cleared by Risky Bob. Nice double headshot. That could be a first step to an Nemiga Anubis win again. Oh, Uppy's made some noise falling off into the water. That may have been heard by Xanther. Of course, on a secondary AWP now. Something we haven't seen yet today. Oh, jiggled out though. That's a nice jiggle from Uppy actually. Dash into the site. Go for a swing off the back a bit. But Xanther will reposition nicely. 5v2.
Oh. Bay. Shuts down Avid, and yeah, Nemiga are looking like they may just take control of things here in the second half. The Lions are going to be fighting for at best another overtime, and well, Boden gets one kill, but it's likely to be just that small consolidation at this point. Because again, they're left without the option of victory. It's a second OT that they'll have to take it to before they have the chance again. And still on the op. Definitely the best option with the high ping. He'd be opping either way, but it's not like swapping to a rifle would help him out at all. He's not playing that terrible, all things considered, with his ping.
Yeah, honestly, like, I realise it's obviously a bit of a handicap. He hasn't had much impact, but I don't know, over the course of the series, but he's had
Not really
two
using
rounds
the game
where
for
he's
them,
found... Yeah, he's had 2 rounds where he's had an important moment. So,
Yeah.
well, the full kill total doesn't mean anything. Like, it's important just to show up when you're needed in a round. You won a 1v1 earlier, I think, in the very beginning of the game, if I remember correctly, too.
Xanther's close to hitting 30 as well.
He's been insane, man. One of my favourite players, actually, in Tier 2 at the moment. Looking forward to seeing him on more lands, of course. He'll be in Shanghai. He'll be in Serbia for that Res land too. Oh, look at him. So close, ready and raring to go. On the corner of the smoke. You'll hear all the utility being thrown, but the smoke fading could make things very awkward for him. Somehow he reacts for one. But surely he'll be pre-fired out of the round. Lear was playing off of him. He only goes 1 for 1-2. Damage done. 35 seconds. Trying to make his way in, but Sway is ready. Bone's going to have to hit his shots. He will hit that first at least, and that's a great catch from Avid. It's now all down to Risky Bob, and will look to play the time, play the clock in this 1v1.
Which is likely to be the right decision. You can see that Avid has the same idea. He wants to push in and see if he can maybe take that kill. Unfortunately, though, He's forced to eventually just drop the smoke and likely now stick the bomb plant. That's going to give Risky Bob time to move in and get a strong position, although he takes it just to go in towards Heaven, which hasn't been expected, it doesn't look like. Either way, Avid makes the right decision, taking himself into cover. Doesn't quite spot him out over the smoke. Instead, it's Risky Bob who gets first view, and, well, with solid damage done, he's able to get the finish fairly easily. It's going to be 16-30, and that's the map for Nemiga. And with that, we're going to have to take it to Ancient as a decider.
Yeah, and this series deserved it, I've got to say. The fact we're going to be going to Ancient, it's a great map for Nemiga. It's one they play a hell of a lot. This one was a great map for them too, and I've got to say, I'm very surprised Alliance played them that close. Full respect to them on it. They had an opportunity. Still Anubis. I think he was got triple kill, 2 triple kills in a row in important rounds, I think, in one of those moments. One on A, one on B. He had that really nice flick with the AWP as well. So near, but yet so far to the win. But yeah, more from Bowden would go a long way.
He was playing okay even in their series earlier versus 9Z. He had some moments on the op against Martinez, I believe it was. So definitely has been one of the standouts for Alliance. But we are finally ready to actually get this game going. It's map number 3. You can forget about everything that happened prior. What might be the first time? Right in towards it. Yeah,
Wow.
heavy fight. Picking up 2 initially. Bowden does go down, but Twist is still in position with some assistance as well. He swaps USBs. Somehow hasn't even really taken all that much damage. I'm sure he eventually dies the Risky Bob, but his teammate had continued to pressure forward, and well, Pleasant hits a nice headshot to finish it off. That's going to be the pistol round for Alliance.
Yeah, nice bit of aggression there. Playing very assertive. Straight off the bat. Which is a good sign. I mean, you're not allowed a plant, and that will allow Alliance a 2-0 start. They have been very MP9 focused, this Alliance team. They do realise how powerful the MP9 can be. So, they'll stick with in a lot of these gun rounds and full eco rounds. It's a bit deep to blow open that smoke. Risky Bob is being boosted up with that one deagle they have. Now it'll be heard. Nice for Bowden. Chucking down a nade. He's out of bullets. Get some nice kills for that future CT or Xanta. He's actually managed to get all the way through. Unfortunately, it's not like he's got the bomb that can maybe get a plant toward B. At least he gets a kill, which is handy. Wow, he's actually insane.
Okay.
What the hell?
Xanter's having a crazy series right now. A 1 versus 2 that shouldn't be winnable, but never mind. He brings it down to a 1 versus 1. He pulls off this ace clutch after a performance on the previous map as well. Twist just tucked in right now, hiding, hoping that, well, his position won't be expected, basically. The bomb is out in the open right now, so it's going to have to be recovered at some point, and the timing just doesn't work out for Xanter. Expecting that final player to be in towards Donut, maybe having initially been spotting mid while the other player was spotting the CT. That's what's in his mind. But no, he was just hiding on the back of the bomb site the entire time. That got way too dicey, though.
I mean, yeah, that's we've had 2 clutches today, haven't we? That never happened, we've forgotten about, but if they did happen, would have been incredibly notable. That Bowden Master one from Inferno earlier today. And then he had the deagle, managed to grab the AWP, almost had an ace, and that one from Xanta would have been unbelievable. Mid-range with the MP9, just making it look like the easiest gun in the game, and sometimes it can be. Following rounds, of course, Nemiga do have a buy, and they've basically just gone pure contact toward A. Khan's doing great work with the AWP, which is a good sign for him, but it is there is some response. There we go. From Bowden Master. So I'm the molly in toward Donut, 3v3.
Less unfortunate there that he didn't get caught in the open. There's a smoke in the hands of Xanter, and well, eventually he gets shut down by Risky Bob either way. Xanter's ready on the swing as well. He knew Avid was there, and it's Twist that's left all alone. He was trying to flank around through main, but his teammates are dead before he can get into position. So I think at this point he just tries to save the SMG forward. Unfortunately, they're not really going to be working with anything. It'll be the straight up force buy because they're looking at a double eco and a couple of players even. So the SMGs are likely going to be the best weapons that they have available.
Terrorists win.
Here we go. What can he get himself? Oh, it's an AWP he finds.
Worth. Very
Definitely.
worth.
And he got quite a few SMG kills, so he's able to buy up an M4 for himself. So they've got a much better buy than they should.
Yeah, pretty crazy actually. That is a bit of payback, I guess you could say, to get that up and get another M4 after the damage that Xanta did. The unexpected damage really hurt the TT economy badly, but they've got something to fight with in this round. They're going to be ready for that possibility. And 9 trying to chase him down. Damage done to Xanta in the meantime as well. Listen, will duck back into the corner to wait for Avid to come and help. Leah still ducking and diving, wanting to try and take it now with Khan perhaps. Just gonna a little bit safer now. Preston's all about in that corner, but eventually away from that corner play a better angle. So much damage across the map.
Yeah, well, barely haven't seen each other. It's just nades and spams. Get that boost going for a while there down at the bottom of ramp, I believe. Not able to spot anything, and well, only now our alliance maybe thinking about getting a bit more aggressive, it seems. They have the MP9 up close, and they're at the very least committing to holding in on the bomb site itself. Looks like it will be the right decision because the bomb is for now favouring towards B. Oh, that's a problem. Avid went real aggressive. He confirmed they were there at least, but I don't know how much that's going to help them right now.
Wrist. Smoked off. Will dump a magazine. Oh, goes for it from the left-hand side of the site as well, doing so much work. Might have kept Alliance in this round. Bomb will go down, but that's the all-important one. Zway takes it, and Riskbob was still flanking around from Jag. They clear out Cave. Well done from Nemiga to clear out these positions.
There's not much Bowden Master can do, and I don't think he's even going to be given a chance to save this up. They're already on the hunt. That would have flank around through main. And Blair just fully committing to the bait. They really don't have too much trouble taking that up away. It's going to be a full eco now. I wouldn't even imagine there'll be any pistols really being upgraded. They only get 2400, so even with the full eco, the buy isn't going to be all that great in the next round. They'll be lacking in utility, maybe forced to put a couple players on towards FAMASs or maybe SMGs again, which won't be ideal for the first full gun round. So let's see what the plan is. Can they get anything at all done with these USPs? Because Nemiga have a chance to really start building up that economy. Maybe they can overwhelm the high ping up. It's doable.
Yeah, possibly. Let's see. We don't have any flashes, so it's going to have to be pure power of numbers. And there you go, shot miss. Now to get away here, Khan. Pressure. Thankfully, he's got Risky Bob for support. Gets dinked immediately, does Risky Bob. Block comes out, though, and he's doing really well. There's Khan. Okay, picked up, but unfortunately, the dance around the pillar, ring around the rosy. I'll make sure he stays alive. Unfortunately, in this gun round for Alliance, they're going to have an MP9. Maybe even 2. I think Bowden and Jess will probably buy M4s, but they do need that full utility.
Yeah, as I said, it's not going to be a great buy by any means. They do take the time to have a little chat as well while they purchase. They might have to try something a bit more aggressive again, which they've been pretty willing to do so far. Nemiga already putting themselves towards 3. Not a bad start considering, of course, how the initial few rounds went. Yeah, Two MP9s in the end. It's not terrible, but Twist and Avid, two of the overall better players throughout the series. Twist right now is playing pretty well. Avid not having a great start to this map, but still, that doesn't help that he's not able to work with an M4. The nade a little bit too late, I think, to really do serious damage, although the M4 can do plenty, apparently. It's two from Bodenmaster. A little bit of assistance then from Uppy as does further damage, drops the smoke now, which hopefully will just keep them alive for the moment. They may be forced to give up the bomb site, but the trade should be there, never mind. Bullets run low for Uppy. Eventually, though, as the numbers are here for the CT side, they will just overwhelm. Cans left alone on 100 ping. 1 on 3. Don't love his chances. Doesn't land that initial op shot, and that's it. Done and dusted. Needed to be perfect there, unfortunately, with the op.
Yeah.
Even then, probably gets traded no matter what, even if he's hitting all the shots perfectly. It's a good round for Alliance in terms of going in with a couple SMGs, coming out with full rifles and an op included.
Yeah, they've actually had a number of these today, haven't they? Where they've been like kind of critical victories with a number of players alive, whether it was against 9Z on Inferno earlier today, or in this game. Fast on Nemiga, I really like this call. Fast A is so very viable on this map. So often CT sides play retake, of course, with it being one of the most retakeable bomb sides. Smokes are up though, bomb will go down! Oh my goodness, it only just goes down. Leah will not survive in the end. This will take him. Santa got another all-important kill on Pleasant in the meantime, so this retake is going to be tough. 4v4, 3 kits in play. There are smokes and mollies as well. This is very doable. If they want to risk it this early game, they know that Xanto is locked in that right corner. Shouldn't be able to get away. The flash is really not communicated properly, as that one doesn't go correctly for Alliance. And now Zway's taken Twist. I think that's the call to back away.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, forced to just save. It's not ideal. A single round and then get traded back on yet again for Alliance. It's just keeping them in a very awkward position in terms of the money here on the CT side. At least saving, of course, the weapons forward. It gives them what they need for now, but if they lose this, they're looking at an eco. Nemiga will be up to 5, likely 6 off the back of it. So this is a must-win round, really, for Alliance. Standard smoke and such forward on mid from the T's. Not going to be actually actively moving in with it. Instead, taking the alley control before they try and move towards mid, eating that nade damage there, and just picking up, trying to pick up the initial kill rather, but Pleasant wins it out. It will at least be a trade back around Cave, and well, a 4-on-4, not a terrible position for Nemiga by any means, especially with the damage that's been done onto Pleasant and also the Twist.
Nice catch.
Not the first time they've been punished for that ramp aggression either.
No. Sway is very low. He's trying to get away to rejoin his teammates, so they have a man advantage for some form of play together. Not the case. Look at bottom mid though right now. Look at it on the mini-map. Oh, Pleasant was backing into it. I don't think he had any idea that Risky Bob was going to appear from that position late in the round. Bomb can now be retrieved. Looks like they are going to group up toward B. That would leave it all on Bowden. And unfortunately for him, he's obviously tasked with looking to both Cave, Jag, and Long. And unfortunately, 2 are coming through Long right now. Will he be able to take Risky Bob before he goes down? It's a very tight line. Just moves away from it. That's so awkward. And he hits the tag on Khan. Oh, that feels so bad. And swings right into Leah. That's round done.
Starting to really bolster their performance now, I would say, on this T side. We should be able to save. I don't think Nemiga are going to be too worried about hunting them down right now. Probably just more focused on keeping the 3 that they have standing alive if possible. So 1 M4 at least being carried forward, but I believe they're only getting 2900 loss bonus. So their economy isn't really going to be where they need it to be. It'll be an eco with maybe just a few pistols around this M4.
Terrorists win.
Yeah,
And Nemiga could pull clear on T side now, which could be the opening nail in the Alliance coffin. As we said earlier, it's one of the maps they've played a hell of a lot, Nemiga. Their most played last 3 months on 30. They are a bit up and down on it, like we've said. Losing earlier today. Destroyed by 3D Max 13-2, but before that, they'd had a decent run on it, beating good teams like Monty, 9. Cyber Show can't push overs either. Santa does kind of dive in toward B, very much trying to sell a fake, and I think it's going to work fine. He does give up a rifle. Make sure the nades are in position now to get a safe plant in this 4v4.
Han's having a much more successful time here on Ancient. It's a little bit more to the open on the high ping. Some more longer ranged angles. Plenty of cover around for him. A shot is missed for him to bail into. An AK and an M4 to be saved. That's the goal, as you can see now. Pleasant, I was going to say, which is that Eagle needs to get some exits, and he already had a really nice shot to remove the op from play. Can he recover it? Probably not. Can he stop Nemiga from recovering it? Maybe. Okay. What is this from Pleasant? Nasty shot around the edge of that smoke on Lear. Won't survive, but he might have done enough to stop the op, as I said, from being recovered, and the bomb even takes Risky Bob out in the end. So some pretty serious damage being done to the economy of Nemiga, but they've got the money for it to not be too big of a deal. They lost quite a few players. They're at a 6-3 scoreline. They're feeling happy with their current position overall.
The nades are thrown toward mid. Yeah, straight through that bottom mid molly, actually. Wesson does well to get his 1-for-1, but guess what? It's ever reliable Xanta. It's back in the corner of Jag, it's paper thin, and he just about survives on 4 HP. Oh, shifting back is risky. There are still HEs in play. One of them still on Bowden, one on Uppy. One further map for it, but if Bowden makes a shot one over the wood that we see right here toward lane, it can absolutely catch one. Nemiga just trying to show presence for now. Minute to go. Bomb still waiting outside B lane. Chilling on Khan. Outside A. Oh, funny that no one's moving right now.
Yeah, we're just frozen in place for a while, waiting for someone else to make the first move. It's Nemiga who are feeling the pressure to make it, of course, being on the T side. Bowden with a decent angle. If you can shut this down, there we go. Extend their advantage. You've got Xanter, who's already low health. The best rounds we've seen from Alliance in quite a while, and one that they should be able to convert at this point, surely.
We'll go down, at least. Khan looking to reposition, but there's a big threat as Xanta move. Great shot from Khan, though. He's really stepped up on Ancient, but he's going to have to do more in this one. 2v3. Khan ticking away. Khan trying to play for more picks, trying to position himself in a spot with CCT, but also play for the push through Temple. Unfortunately, doesn't work. It's now Risky Bob. Had a great game so far. There are going to be 3 players on his screen. He can't connect the instant headshot. Well played, Alliance. Keeps them in touch. If it was 7-3, felt like that could have been the last chance. But 6-4, still a chance to bring it back to an even half. See how the last 2 rounds go.
Yeah, they've kept the hope alive for now. Yeah, if they can come out with a 6-6 half, that's not terrible. Take the pistol round on that second half, suddenly you have a chance to start shooting into the lead. See the road forward, but well, Nemiga, if they can even just grind out one more here and take 7 on that T side, I think they'll be feeling pretty comfortable. As always, lots of nades and mollies and such thrown out in these early moments. No real damage being done from them, although Xantar gets spammed down a little bit in the process of getting his killing towards mid. But importantly, he does indeed find that untraded pleasant of action early on. And well, let's see what the plan is now for Alliance in terms of the response. Actually stacking 2 players up towards the sniper nest. Oh. Did not expect the player in that close corner, but somehow gets away with it and even comes off with the kill without really taking any damage. It's fortunate. Sway is having a rough game though.
Yeah, unlike him, he's usually pretty reliable for an even KD very often. Flash over the top, crossing to the site. Bowden misses the flick. Avid an opportunity, and a lovely counter flash comes in just at the right time from Uppy, but look at the flank. Bowden's going to go down, and surely we know what the answer is going to be for Uppy. Risky Job takes the kill. Molly's twist off. Well played, Nemiga.
Yeah, this is worst case scenario for Alliance. They just keep picking up a single round and immediately being returned on. Obviously the loss bonus allows them to keep continuing to bounce back and forth between these buys, but it's not really good enough at this point now. Nemiga potentially looking at an 8-4 half for themselves on this T side. Buy is not going to be perfect here for Alliance in the following round. And well, that's even with the AK being saved. There's a chance he doesn't carry it forward if Risky Bob gets a move on, but he's taking his time, so I think he should be okay.
Terrorists win.
Firms it with a kill.
To survive, yeah. Last one of the half coming in. The AK save is important. It will allow full utility, I think, on every player for Alliance. Definitely with the Uppy choosing the MP9. Pushes forward. Once again, his role to be the main man to take B lane in the front of Jag. That job is successful. He'll make his way all the way through to mid now to have up the rest of his team. All bless him. Molotov, he's worried about it spreading. He goes for a swing, unfortunately, right into the Zwei headshot. Twist trying to recover it, and he will do. 4v4. But Xantar is still here. Oh, good reaction from Twist. Probably Xantar should have got that kill considering his form in this series thus far, but Twist gets away with it.
Yeah. Man advantage just about as you said, and well, it's extended by Uppy, who finds Risky Bob trying to take a risk indeed by creeping out onto A, hoping he could maybe pull some players in that direction, because of course the goal is to take this B bomb site. And unfortunately, they're not getting any closer to achieving that goal. Can's left alone, gets a single pick on towards Twist. That's the low health player who goes down. He knows there's one more nearby, so getting this bomb planted is not going to be an easy task. Ideally wanted to slim the numbers a little bit before even trying to put that bomb down. They're not making it easy with this utility.
Oh, what a clear from Khan. Surely not. Surely not. He's got the ball in his back. But surely these two CTs are going to be too close for this. Bowden on the line. Oh, he catches him. 8 seconds. Uppy's going to be here, but Khan might be able to pull out his AWP in time. He's going to give it a look. Oh, my word. It's so near, but yet so far for Khan. Great attempt, of course, considering he's playing on high ping as well. It will be 5 on the half for Alliance. It keeps them in touch on Ancient in this third map decider in the fight for ESL Challenger Katowice. See you after this for the second half.
And I want to let go. Don't let me even if I try. But I need you to know that I don't wanna lose this, lose this, lose this, lose this. I don't wanna lose this, lose this, lose this, lose this. I don't wanna lose this.
Can't go if it ain't about my dough. Don't call my phone, got my shit on airplane mode. Don't talk no more. Yeah, I heard it over slow. So cold, I'm froze. Only thing on me is gold.
One more half between Nemiga and Alliance. Loser is out of contention of ESL Challenger Katowice. 2 spots, of course, in this qualifier, in the EU1 at least. So, I think for Nemiga, they'll know they have a great opportunity at it if they will be able to make their way through this particular Ancient. We're not live here, as you can see. We'll restart and reset and get underway very shortly.
Yeah. The ready ups all in, I suppose. Either way. 7-5 at the halftime, definitely putting Nemiga in the favourable position, especially if they take this pistol round. If it goes down like that, then I don't know if we're going to see much of a fight from Alliance at all. They need this pistol.
All the ticks in chat will alert you to the fact both teams are in
That's the rude thing to
conversation
call
right
them.
now. Ticks.
Yeah.
I mean, they sound like just tick, tick, tick.
No, I was implying you were calling them ticks.
I mean, true.
it could go either way.
What could there be? What could I use that's like not messages? For what the sound? That sound?
Pings.
Pings maybe.
Yeah. Ticks works as well. I just wanted to
I
be
know, that's
awkward,
fine.
you know me.
We need humor in times of need, like now.
Yeah. It's been a long day. It was the break that took it out of me, to be honest. The like nearly 2 hour break
Yeah,
between
that's
the best
fair.
of threes. Yeah.
I'll take the opportunity now to at least run you guys, of course, through the other results today.
True.
Saw beat Apogee 2-0. Bait beat OG in a very long series 2-1. 3D Max beat Nemiga 2-0. And 9Z beat Alliance 2-0. That's what we had on this stream, of course. Currently, in the upper semi-finals, they're both being completed. Bait have beaten Saw 2-0. And 3D Max have beaten 9Z 2-0. I sound like one of those like football results people on like Match of the Day or like the text commentary, radio commentary, or whatever. All the different leagues around the world.
Yeah,
In the
just
UK.
updating everything.
Exactly. So the upper final will be Bait versus 3D Max. Winner of that goes to ESL Challenger Katowice. Loser of that goes to the consolidation final to play one of 9Z, Saw, Apogee, OG, Nemiga, or Alliance. Because Apogee and OG are currently in a third map at 7-5, just like we are. So both these two lower bracket matchups matched at the moment. Scoreline wise, I would still favour 9Z to do pretty well against OG and Saw to beat either one of these two. So we shall see.
Had a couple of restarts, so whatever's going on hopefully should be resolved pretty soon. Yeah, just a couple of minutes has been confirmed, so we won't be too long
Thank you,
before we have the
Christina.
action going again.
Lovely producer.
All before the final half here of the series. Get a nice build up to it.
Of
Suspense, huh?
course.
It's given Alliance a bit of extra time to think about what way exactly they're going to approach this T-pistol. Twist on 16 kills, everyone else really trailing behind.
Yeah, actually, he's having a really good game. It's something that I didn't necessarily pick up on at the end of the first half. He's got double the kills of anyone else on the team. 8 on Plessen is the closest. Have a quick switch over to, unfortunately, our faces. But hopefully we'll get going very soon. It's always unfortunate that you have to see us. I'm so sorry. Even though it's not my fault, I'll say sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual issue was, but I believe they're real close to resolving it anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll be getting back in a moment. That's why we had to go to our faces while we get it actually started up. So, yeah, I mean, 7-5 at the halftime, as we said, the pistol round pretty much is going to be what decides whether Alliance are even going to have a chance to fight for the rest of this map pretty much. Otherwise, I think they might just get steamrolled over.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, something I can quickly mention that I haven't actually brought up yet is the teams that are invited to the main event, of course. We're fighting for the main event right
True.
here. And we've got some pretty insane teams in the main event. We're going to have Falcons with Simple. Yes, really, in ESL Challenger Katowice. We're going to have Eternal Fire, who just made the final of Pro League. And we're going to have MIBR with Lukowski, which is a very highly rated move that's come in for that team, replacing Burnzan. So, pretty cool. We've also had the Polish Open Qualifier be completed as well. A bit like ESL Challenger Jönköping, where there was a Swedish Open Qualifier that Alliance made it through, actually, funnily enough. There was a Polish Open Qualifier for Katowice, of course, as a regional qualifying spot. And Monty made it through, of course, with their new 4-man Polish team, Diha, Hades, Kay, and Krasnal, alongside Demka, who can speak a bit of Polish. As far as I understand, is actively learning more, and he has even got a tutor, I'm pretty sure. So, pretty cool roster, that Monty team, and they've been in many an ESL Challenger in the past. Looking forward to seeing how they match up.
It's cool to know that he's actively trying to learn Polish and sharpen it up.
Here we go, guys. We're in.
Yeah, finally we're getting back into the action. Don't know what the issue was. Clearly there was something very wrong anyway, because all the typing, as we were saying, pinging in the chat that was going on. Here we go, heavy on the dual Berettas again on this CT side for Nemiga. smoke and a flash in terms of the utility. There's a kit as well. On the other hand, it's fairly heavy on just Kevlar for Alliance. They've got Uppy who sacrificed to get a smoke and a couple of flashes.
Zanta. How many does he get? There's one. Should get swarmed and actually run down nicely by Bowden. A quick straight across the angle. He's on to try and pick up the slack, and you know what? He's done exactly that. 2 dualies. 1 dually each. Gets a kill each.
They've got a heavy stack around Cave right now. If Twist actually does decide to take that fight, he'll be in for a bit of a shock. Okay, they tried to smoke the one angle so that they could force the 1 versus 1. Obviously needed to get the kill to try and recover bomb, but it just didn't work out, losing the player before the smoke even popped, unfortunately. A5 and Nemiga pick up the pistol round, and they're on track now to just shoot forward. They should have a 9th round without too much trouble if they win that first gun round. Then especially, at that point, they're on track to quickly close out the map.
Farm here for the MP9s. The nade comes through and takes 1. Dante is going to make it 3 total, but the stray 360 unfortunately won't keep him alive. At least they get the 1 kill, but round is a success for Nemiga. And now actually at 9-5, if they don't win this opening gun round, it feels a long way back.
Yeah, I'm not sure they'd be able to make it happen then. They really do need to come alive here and now. Twist is on the Galil, which is unfortunate considering he has been their strongest player throughout this map. They needed the utility, so someone had to sacrifice. Okay, this is a change in pace straight towards the A bomb site. It's a risky one, as you can see. Zvey boosted up, has an easy time shutting it down with 2 headshots and somehow escapes. I don't know how he managed that. The flash is in play or whatever the hell happened. Either way, he escapes back to his teammates into the relative safety of Donut. And well, even with the smokes down, getting this bomb planted isn't necessarily a given right now for Alliance, so they're taking their time.
Yeah, we'll find one more as well, just to make this ever more difficult. They're going to try and commit to a plant, but they're going to hop off of it because of Plesson's position. And they're going to try and support Plesson because there's a world where they could path their way into a B. What is that? He's taking risky mob as well on an angle that looks so favoured. 3 kills for Plesson, 1 health to spare. Bowden will get the bomb down, and it's actually planted safe from Cave. Wade's going looking for it. Oh, Bowden's got caught on an awful timing. Plesson now needs a 1 HP ace. There is a kit available on Leo, and Zwei is just waiting for him to get into the position. He'll leap his way over, and he'll be the one to hold it. Plesson will go for a spray. Now they've now realised exactly where he is. He's out of bullets, and I'm afraid the incredible try from Plesson will go unrewarded.
Double digits for Nemiga, and Alliance are kind of screwed, at least with the bomb plant. They have the money to get the buy here, but yeah, still not quite perfect. 1 Galil in play yet again. They don't have the up, which would have been a nice addition for Bowden, especially against the higher HP can. Holding those angles, they'd have a bit of a disadvantage. Let's see what way the default works out for them. They are again going very heavy amen though.
They were. They decided to throw in a group of 3 or 4 players trampling up A long to maybe give the donut player a bit of a spook and change the comms. And what actually the play is. It will show a little bit of presence. Bomber's now going to look to go toward mid-late. And Avid, oh, I think that was toward ramp. Yes, it was. Catching Xanta over the top of that smoke, just as it was re-smoked as well. That could be a huge headshot. Only Avid's 4th of the game. We need more of that.
Yeah, he's been quite quiet. Risky Bob flashed back off the angle, actually sticks around, and they've already covered the ground. They've got a player in Donut. He looks ready for it, but what can he do? There's 3 players. He just gets traded 1 for 1. It leaves Shui in on the back of the bomb site now with a lot of angles to deal with, but, well, he's doing it. He's staying alive right now, which is the main thing. He's got the op to cover him from back in the spawn, and when he chooses the perfect timing to pop out there with the flash from Khan. It's all
Yeah,
on
I
Ubi.
think that Khan situation, of course, that we mentioned with him being on high ping. I think he was like on 300 ping for like 5 minutes or so, which is why we had that delay.
Oh yeah, I suppose if you have any internet issues and you're already at 100 plus ping, it's only going to get
it's gonna
incredibly
multiply.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's having a good game. He's actually top fragging for his team right now, which is impressive considering the situation. Had a rough day because of that ping, but it looks like they could be able to get over the line here. It's 11-5. It's Alliance on a low investment. I've got a buy available in the next, but they might be 12-5 down. Alliance have fought very well today, considering they are one of the biggest underdogs in this qualifier. An unlikely run through the open. Teams that didn't make it through the open. Just I think of a few of those. Like Zangal, who are recently in Pro League. As well as, I believe, actually NIP lost too. Quite badly. Now, so, yeah, Sangal lost to Navi Junior. Let's round this down, so I'll waffle a bit. Sangal lost to Navi Junior 13-1, by the way. Astralis Talent beat TSM as well, 13-5. And actually NIP losing to Arcred, incredibly. Bone's doing an incredible job here, by the way. I'm not entirely sure how they've let this get so close in the end. We've had a number of... It's going to be our third game of the day, or third round of the day. We've had a player in like an unwinnable 1v5 make a round of it.
Surely they should still be able to just shut this down, especially with the time that's remaining, but I am a little bit worried for them. Khan, of course, still on pretty high ping. Low health. If he misses a shot, he's dead. Suddenly it's a 1 versus 1, and he's going to get caught on mid. He has no idea. Hoden's going to take his time. Snatches the kill, tries to rotate as quick as he can, but Xanther back in the sniper's nest has the perfect position to catch him off guard.
That's all 3 times now, Dean. The one with Bowden, the one with Xanta with the MP9 on this map, and then that one with Bowden again. 3 times you had a player in basically an eco round in an impossible 1v5 get 4 kills and fail. That has to be a record, surely.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of those situations. It's just the nature, really, of these chaotic games that we've had where sure one team is favorited, but the other team is able to at least give a scrappy fight all the time. You get a lot of these rounds where maybe one team gets a little bit complacent as well. They think, oh, we have it in the bag. Start making a few mistakes. They remember, oh yeah, these are pretty good players. They're just not having the best game. Probably shouldn't throw it away. Twist somehow gets away with that killing towards Cave. Is he going to be traded is the question. It's elsewhere that the frag came back to keep the numbers equal, but yeah, continuously back and forth. It ends up in a 2-on-2.
What the hell? Xanta managed to push B while the shelf push came through, while the jag push came through. It's all happening at once. They actually managed to dive back through the door smoke as well. And he's got the bomb under his possession. This is a very tasty angle. It's going to have to be a really good shot from up here, and it's just so difficult from there. It's all Twist, 1v2 to save the day and save the qualifier for Alliance. Many, many years of experience for Twist, but this one could be a step too far. Trying to find where Xanta is, but unfortunately he steps into Khan. And Nemiga will stay alive to day 2 of this qualifier for ESL Challenger Katowice. Alliance out, I'm afraid.
Yeah, as we said, it's unfortunate, but it was a very stacked qualifier, so it was going to be this situation where teams that we'd say